in the preseason and did very well in his first college appearance not last Friday, but the Friday before that, Labor Day weekend. 8 for 12, 148 yards, and a couple of touchdowns in that victory over Wayne State. The tailback, a second-team All-American selection from a year ago, number 23, Swervin Irvin Sigler, 6'1", 207-pound senior out of George Washington High School in Philadelphia. 182 yards in the opener against Wayne State. Last year, a PSAC record 25 touchdowns to go with almost 1,700 yards rushing. The fullback, number 38, John Johnson, 5'7", 231, a senior from Spring Grove. And at the flanker position, Mike Loco, number 8, a redshirt freshman, brother of Ron Loco, 5'10", 186-pounder out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey. Terrific high school career, 89 catches in his senior season alone. That's the offensive unit for the Huskies of Bloomsburg under Danny Hale, now in his 5th season as head coach. They come in with a 1-0 record after that win at Wayne State. Indiana has made their appearance on the field. Crossed away from us, wearing their white jerseys with the silver helmets, silver pants, and the red numerals and trim. And down below us, the Huskies of Bloomsburg University now make their appearance on the field. Huskies in their blue jerseys with the balloon helmets, blue pants, gold numerals, and trim. Gorgeous afternoon, pretty good crowd on hand for this home opener. And once again, with us for Bloomsburg University football, Andy UNC. Andy repeated in a couple of publications, including the PSAC weekly publication, calling Indiana the underdog in this game. I maintain that Indiana is never an underdog playing anybody in the PSAC.
No, in fact, it's amazing. The preseason rankings and the way they go, you often see some logic to it. But a program with the heritage of Indiana, with the type of talent they have, even when they graduate, tremendous talent, and you would expect it to be a down year. They just import new talent, a lot of transfers, plus their young people step up and make the team. This is a tremendous offensive team. In no way do I see it. The Huskies have to be viewed as an underdog in my mind until they can beat this program, and they're going to try to do that here today with a lot of things to their advantage. At home, on natural grass rather than turf, and pumped up. They have an extra week to get ready for it with the bye week last week, and Indiana, coming off of a loss, might be questioning some things. So a lot of things in favor of the Huskies, but overall, if you have to handicap this game, give Indiana the edge.
Andy, normally when Bloomsburg wins the toss, as they did today, they defer to the second half. Today, they want the football.
They do, and I think it goes back a little bit to last year. This team just massacred the Huskies early. They got the ball, they drove it offensively right down the Huskies' throat, and it just set a tone, and things just spiraled downhill after that. I think they want no way where this offense can get on track that early. The Huskies want to be in this. They want to make some things happen. They want their offense to start this off.
Matt Daniel, a freshman, will kick off for Indiana. Irv Sigler deep for the Huskies. Bloomsburg moving from our right to our left as we view things in the first half that is underway. The kick is high and deep, and Sigler back to his goal line. Up the middle to the 5, to the 10, hit hard there, tripped up and gets out close to the 20-yard line. Terrific coverage by Indiana as Adam Boylan finally made the stop. Alex Brewer was there quickly as well. Here's the officiating crew for today's game. James Kapoor is the referee, the umpire Frank Cosman, the linesman Mark Andrews. John Kabuta is the line judge, the field judge Frank D'Angelo. James Sheehan is the back judge. The clock operator is Terry Gramling, and the 25-second clock operator is James Shimp. Bloomsburg with the football at their 19-yard line for their first possession. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. As Miller, off play action, back to throw, looking over the middle to Ron Loco. He has him for first down, out to the 45-yard line. Well, will that get a redshirt freshman in his first home start some confidence? Right over the middle to the All-American Ron Loco for a big gain. Barry Threets with the stop for Indiana.
Great way to open the game. You're concerned. The Huskies should be able to run with Irv Sigler. They have to. That's going to be a key to this game, whether Indiana can stop Irv Sigler. But if you're going to focus on him, that play action pass right from the start for 20 yards is a beautiful way to open the game.
26 yards to be exact to the 45-yard line. Sigler gets the call up the left side, bounces off one tackler, takes it outside, straight arms another tackler. A great effort by Sigler. Down to the 42-yard line of Indiana. Irv Sigler running like a man possessed on his first carry of the day. Barry Threets and Adam Boylan, corner and strong safety, combined to make the play.
He is possessed and some want to have a great performance. This team held him in check last year, plus the tenor of that game. The Huskies had to go much more to passing to play catch up. He didn't get a chance to do anything. Now as a captain, he wants to lead this team. He wants to make things happen offensively.
14 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 at the Indiana 41. John Johnson, the fullback, gets the call. He's hit hard, but still gets ahead for about 4 as Phillip Woods makes the stop for Indiana. At Indiana defensive unit, they're a little banged up. Bruce Botchin, a down lineman from Lewisburg, knee injury, he's out. Eric Neff, Don Snow, Roy Taranda are the down linemen. Morellis Sumter, Jerry Pace, Phil Woods, and Jack Creech are the linebackers. We'll check the secondary after this play. 2nd and 6, Bloomsburg at the Indiana 37-yard line, and Miller gives on a delay to Sigler. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Hit again. This time they wrap him up. Maybe a loss of a yard back to the 38-yard line. At secondary, Barry Threets and Brian Cottam at the corners. The strong safety, Adam Boylan. Anton Anderson, the free safety. Interesting, that entire secondary are all Division I or 1A transfers. Pitt, Penn State, West Virginia, and Youngstown State.
They're very good, plus some experience. Barry Threets, the standout player on this team, is a 27-year-old playing at cornerback.
3rd and 6, Bloomsburg. No gain on that play by Sigler. The ball at the Indiana 27-yard line. Big call as Miller takes the snap and he rolls right. Looking to throw, fires to the far side, just beyond the reach of Ron Loco. He had the sticks. Would have been a first down. That pass just out of his reach.
Nice opening drive. Great passing play to start. Great run by Sigler, but now it stalls out. But field position will change dramatically with the punt. This should be able to pin Indiana down deep. And it looks like it's Barry Threets down there to get the punt. We were wondering who would be doing some of the punt returning. Tink Stennett, with an injured ankle, may not be seeing much action, and he's extremely dangerous.
Threets is a dangerous return man in his own right, as Joe Costello, freshman out of Mount Carmel, back to punt, gets the kick away. Threets will fair catch it at the 11-yard line of Indiana. So that's where the Indians will put it in play for their first possession with 13-10 left in a scoreless first quarter.
Last year, the offensive line just blew the Huskies away, and James Zuber, a tremendous Harlan Hill candidate, ran up and down the field, and then the quarterback, Throm, was able to pick his passing and was very strong as well. The offensive line is still huge, 308 pounds per man average at 6'4½". A little bit more of a question at tailback. They have been platooning, but Tink Stennett may not be able to go much.
Montague and Johnson are the backs in an open set. Allie Johnson, the speedster out of York, gets the call and gets some good yardage over the 15 out to about the 17-yard line. Michael Roberts makes the stop for Bloomsburg. Roberts and John Zelos are at the corners for the Huskies. The strong safety is Jay Zaransky. The free safety, Ben Hennikel. The linebackers, Jay Brook, John Imp, and Chris Acuff. Across the front, Alec Wiley, Gary Fittery, Chris Luft, and Justin Bent.
A lot of new people on that defense, but some very strong talent. They feel it's a very aggressive unit.
2nd and 3, 7 yards for Allie Johnson. Gets the call again and has the first down and breaks away and gets out to the 30-yard line. Allie Johnson almost took it a long way. Ben Hennikel, the free safety, with what was a saving tackle for the Huskies. So 2 carries by Johnson, net a combined 19 yards, and Indiana with a first down just short of their 30.
In the opening game, they had platooned a tailback with Allie Johnson, who we're seeing here, and Bernard Tink Stennett, and each had over 60 yards. So combined at the position, the running game is very strong.
Hicks is wide to the left side. Play action, Throm back for his first pass of the ball game. He's looking to Hicks. He has him for the first down. He gets spun around at about the 43-yard line. So on his first pass of the day, the veteran Terry Throm combined as Stacy Hoke makes the check that John Zelos on the stop for the Huskies as they get out to the 43-yard line for a 1st and 10, 13 yards on the pickup to Hicks.
Nice opening to the series, but the Huskies had a nice opening to their initial offensive series, and then the defense toughened.
1st and 10, backs in an open set. Throm gives on a delay to Johnson, hit behind the line of scrimmage, a loss back to the 41-yard line. As as making the play is Gary Fithery, the all-conference pick from a year ago, 6'1", 266-pound senior out of Mannheim Central.
He came through, down tackle, he exploded. One of the experienced players returning to this defensive unit. He decided he had to make the play. They're running it off tackle. He burst out wide, and he met the man in the backfield, dropped him for a half-a-yard loss.
Second down, 11. Indiana with the football at their own 42-yard line, their first possession of this scoreless first quarter. Now the Indians will operate out of the I formation. Johnson's the tailback in the I. A fake to him. Throm back to throw. Hit hard as he gets it away, and it's incomplete across the way. Terrifically timed hit by Michael Roberts on the intended receiver, Jason Serrano, and Throm was really hit as he got it off.
I never had the opportunity to see Michael Roberts play, and they've been talking about his speed being better than Sean Smith, and there you could see it. That should have been a 10-yard completion, should have been the chain. But while the ball is in the air, he makes his way over. He can't get the hand on the ball, but he times the hit perfectly, using the speed to his advantage. An incredibly athletic play, and that's a big play, setting up the 3rd and long rather than moving the chains.
3rd down, 11 for Indiana. The football at their 42. Slot to the left side. From shotgun, Throm is back to throw. Has time, fires a quick out, has his man for a first down at the Bloomsburg 45-yard line. Terrific play as Lewis Hicks makes the grab, and the Indians move the sticks.
Hicks is the experienced receiver returning. He had 40 catches for 622 yards last year, 4 catches in the opener. So you're going to try to see them connecting with him. The other dangerous receiver is the speedster Jason Toronto. He also had 4 catches in the opener. So it's a nice passing game. While Indiana is known for the power, the big offensive line, the running game, the quarterback Throm can throw well.
Second 13-yard catch by Hicks in this drive, which has reached the Bloomsburg 45-yard line. Dallas Wharton is in there as the fullback in the I formation. Throm gives to the tailback Johnson. Straight ahead, not much doing. Wrapped up at the 45-yard line as Gary Fithery makes the stop for the Huskies.
That was a nice stop, too. It was a well-conceived draw. This team looked sharp on 2 passing plays. Robert breaks the first one up that looked like would be a complete. Then he just hit it on the other side away from Roberts. Now the draw is ready to go. Beautiful play action. Looks like it's going to be passed. They slide it to Allie Johnson. It seems he's going to have a lane down the middle, but it closes very quickly as they're attempting to the draw action.
2nd down and 9. Indiana just inside the Bloomsburg 45-yard line. Bloomsburg showing blitz. Throm gives to Johnson, hit behind the line of scrimmage, first by Alec Wiley, and it'll be a loss back to midfield. Jay Brook then finished him off. Wiley with terrific penetration, got there first, didn't make the stop. Brook did. The ball back at the 48-yard line, a loss of 4. Another big 3rd down call, 3rd and 13.
Alec Wiley is a key to this defense. He had experience at linebacker last year. He's a great athlete. They wanted to work him at rush and to pressure the passer more. They actually walked him off like a linebacker, and then he came on the blitz. So disguising the coverage, and he comes by surprise and makes the big hit.
Lee Strawbridge in as an extra defensive back for Bloomsburg. 3rd and 13 Indiana at the Bloomsburg 48. Throm from shotgun. Hands off straight ahead to Montague, and he gets a couple to about the 43-yard line, well short of the first down yardage. And Indiana will bring the punt team on. So similar first series for both teams.
Yeah, and a bit of a conservative call by Indiana. They weren't going to take the risk here throwing into the nickel coverage while the Huskies are anticipating pass. Instead, they go with the drop to a 250-pound fullback who only gets them about 3 or 4 yards. Conservative play calling there.
Matt Daniel back to punt back at his 42-yard line. Michael Roberts waiting for Bloomsburg, standing back at the Bloomsburg 10. The snap, the kick is away very, very high and deep. Roberts will let it bounce, and it'll go deep into the end zone. So Bloomsburg will get the football for the second time at their 20-yard line with a 1st and 10. 8 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in a scoreless first quarter.
The initial drive started with a bit of a surprise play-action pass rather than the standard run to Sigler. Then that loosened up things so that Sigler could burst for another first down. After that, the defense kind of got the feel of the timing of this, and they were able to stuff it. These are 2 quality units going at it. A lot of strategy involved and great talent on both sides of the ball.
Bloomsburg's second possession. First time they took over at their 19. Now they have it at the 20. Ziegler's the tailback in the I formation. Miller gives the ball to Irv. Ziegler up the middle over the 25. Ziegler to the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Good blocking by the offensive front for the Huskies. Ziegler takes advantage. Adam Boylan, the strong safety, finally made the play, but Ziegler with 12 yards on the carry. He had only 55 yards against Indiana last year. Vowed that he would do better, and he's off to a start in that respect.
All-American Ziegler running over All-American Tim Barrett, left guard.
1st and 10, Huskies at their 32. Again, the delay to Ziegler. Tries the right side. Gets about 3 as he spins out to the 35-yard line. Jack Creech, a linebacker, number 37, 245-pound senior out of Ohio, makes the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Huskies at the 35. Busy day in the PSAC. A lot of teams underway. A couple of defensive coordinators didn't have a good sleep last night because New Haven's playing East Stroudsburg. And last year that was a 59-56 final, as Bloomsburg has the ball at their own 35. 2nd down and 7. As the give is a Ziegler, but flags and whistles before the play could get started.
Movement in there. They're going with the tackle trap, pulling Adam Rice from the right side. Someone seemed to get a head start on the play. The Huskies seemed despondent, so expect to move them back 5 yards. That's what Jim Kapura does signal.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 12 for Bloomsburg. While Danny Hale overall was happy with his team's performance in that opening win over Wayne State, 22-0 on August 29th, he said there were a lot of mental errors that can't be made against a team like Indiana.
7 penalties for 57 yards is a bit high. You don't want to see it that high, but a lot of blocking assignments and miscues that way, too.
2nd and 12, Bloomsburg from the 30. Back to throw is Miller. He has Ziegler, and Ziegler ridden out of bounds at about the 37-yard line as Adam Boylan makes the stop. This is news. Ziegler was not used as a receiver last year. He figures to get more of that this year and caught a couple of passes in the opener. Has one there for about 7. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Huskies.
3 receptions on the season this year probably equals all of last year's receptions. It wasn't part of the game plan. They had other things they can go with, but they want to look at that more this year, and it was effective there.
3rd and 7 call. Ziegler, the tailback in the I. Mike Loco wide left. Ron Loco comes in motion to the left. And rolling that way is quarterback Eric Miller. He fires the pass. Diving catch, Ron Loco. 1st and 10 at the 44. The All-American shows what he has there. The dive to the Redmond Stadium turf makes the grab. A 7-yard pickup, and the Huskies move the sticks.
Not just All-American Ron Loco showing it with the diving ability, but credit the quarterback rolling to the left and throwing on the run. This redshirt freshman, Eric Miller, puts it to where only the receiver can get it, and he has the chains.
1st and 10 for the Huskies at their 44-yard line. I formation. Ziegler dots the I as Miller on the long count. Gives on the delay to Ziegler. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose yardage. Eric Miller actually lost his footing as he was going back and did get the handoff, but Jack Creech was right there. Slow developing play, and it'll be right about the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
It's some strong play in the interior of the line. Indiana's a bit depleted with down linemen. Bruce Bostian, you mentioned, a great Lewisburg product, is out for this game. Last week, Don Snow, the nose guard, could not play because of a broken finger. He's going in this game.
2nd down and 10, Bloomsburg at their own 44. Ron Loco in motion to the right side. Miller takes the snap, fires a quick out, badly thrown, diving attempt, and an interception across the way. Indiana has picked it off as Barry Fleets makes the interception, and the Indians take over.
He read that very, very well. Very experienced, a dangerous individual on the corner. They tried to run him off and come back for a quick little hookup, but Fleets was able to see it. His speed, his experience came up. He catches it on the dive. He doesn't quite have possession when he hits the ground, but he's able to cradle it into himself, and that's a big turnover.
So Indiana tries to take advantage here. The first turnover of the ball game. 6:38 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Indians with a 1st and 10 at the Husky 46. Throm, play action, back to throw, and looking for all of it to Hicks, and it's incomplete. Pretty good coverage downfield. John Zalos there, as well as number 24, Jay Zaransky. And there was a pass rush on the quarterback, Throm. It was Chris Luff who had the heat on. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Indiana.
But almost. Hicks at the last second seemed to me just to give up on the ball. I thought a diving attempt like a Ron Lelko would have been able to pull that in, maybe not coast it into the end zone. But a dangerous air ball there. He threw it out hard and could have connected.
From under center from the 46-yard line, gives the ball to Allie Johnson. Johnson picks up a couple of flag flies. Actually, good second effort by Johnson. Gets close to the 40-yard line of Bloomsburg. John Imp on the stop will check the flag.
I anticipate a blocking infraction thrown by the linesman here on the near side, but after the play was developing, it is against Indiana. It will be an illegal use of hands and push them back. The hold seems to occur about 2 yards into the play. They'll probably mark it from that position.
Andy, one of the things that you always look at as far as pressure on a quarterback is sacks, but sometimes during the course of a game, hits on the quarterback take a cumulative effect. And the Huskies haven't sacked Throm yet, but they've gotten to him as he's released the ball on a number of times.
He's a classic drop-back passer. What that means is he doesn't get out of the pocket, too. So you can zero in if you anticipate pass or read it very quickly or just guess right. You can come hard. You know where he's going to be. And the Huskies are playing very aggressively. They keep pounding on him, hitting him, even if they're not getting the sack. You have that guy starting to dodge a little bit. He'll start short-arming some balls, throwing before he wants to, and it does create problems.
2nd and 18 for Indiana. Back at their 46-yard line from shotgun. Throm back to throw, setting up a screen to the far side. He has Johnson at midfield. The Bloomsburg 25, the 40, the 30, and Jay Zoransky wraps him up at the 26-yard line. Indiana sets up the screen. It works to perfection as Throm dumps it off to Allie Johnson. And he picks up good yardage. 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Husky 26.
He had outstanding blocking downfield. They went from the shotgun. That's sort of admitting this rush is coming too hard, the Mercy you've been noticing. They let it come this time and hit it. The screen was set up over on the right side. And not just the offensive lineman in the wall, but other receivers downfield, fronting the men, chicken fighting, and letting that runner go around them.
28 yards on the catch. Toss sweep left side to Johnson, looking for some yardage. Huskies have it strung out very well. He struggled for maybe a yard on the play. Chris Luff doing the job defensively for Bloomsburg. So it'll be a 2nd down call coming for the Indians as they try to get on the board first here with 5:25 remaining in a scoreless first quarter.
In the game last year at Indiana, they just snowballed things. They were steamrolling people at the offensive line, and with James Zuber, they were unstoppable in the running game here. 6 rushes for 19 yards. All the carries by Allie Johnson. They've had 3 completes in the passing game. They moved the ball that way, but the Huskies effective in stuffing this run so far.
Brinkley's in the lineup. Talented freshman wide to the right side. 2nd down call, and it goes to Dallas Wharton straight ahead, and he gets maybe a yard on the play. Justin Vent closing quickly for Bloomsburg. Vent saw a lot of action last year, although he wasn't a full-time starter. 6'2", 240-pound sophomore out of Bedford. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 Indiana at the Bloomsburg 25. So big call coming here in the first quarter.
You can even see that the run is not nearly as effective or as confident as they wanted. A lot of the running plays we're seeing are draws and delays, trying to get the Huskies out of position rather than just blow them off the ball. They can't do that this year.
Lewis Hicks wide to the left side. Throm from shotgun, 3rd and 9. Has time, looking for Hicks, and he overthrows. Good coverage in the far side of the field. John Zalos and Jay Zoransky and Justin Vent got a little bit of heat on the quarterback. So 4th down for Indiana. 4th and 9 at the Bloomsburg 25-yard line. Now their place kicker, Jay Glimp, was 2 for 3 in field goals last week. His longest was 37 yards. This will be a lot longer than that. So if they're going to go for a field goal, and that appears to be the case, it will be in the middle of the field. The hold will be at the 32, so they have 42-yard field goal attempt. The snap is a little bit low. The placement gets there. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good, off to the left. So Bloomsburg comes up with the defensive stand they needed. The Huskies will take over 1st and 10. Still no score in the ball game. 4:14 to go in the first quarter.
One of the question marks the Huskies had was, you know, the game last year, the way it got away from them so early, the way that Indiana dominated. And I felt it was important that they're in this game toward the end of the first quarter. They know they can compete and play with confidence from that. They've hit that threshold now. This is a team that realizes we can play with the team across the sideline from us.
Huskies with their third possession of the ball game. Best field position to start a drive at the 25-yard line. Flags and whistles. Indiana jumped across, maybe thrown off. We'll check it, but Bloomsburg in 3 possessions start at their 19, started at their 20, and now starting at their 25-yard line. So field position has not favored the Huskies in this first quarter.
They're debating this pretty well. I think they're drawn off by the cadence. I think Eric Miller drew them off with the hard count, learning from Glenn McNamee, who would effectively shorten the distance he needs for a first down. They're adding more officials to this conference to decide how to mark it. I saw 3 Indiana players jump across, and they're going to say they were induced. The quarterback can bark that cadence and change it, but if he bounces his head, if there's a bob, if there's some sort of a movement within his action, they can call it that way. So they called all the officials to see how they saw it. They determined that it was against the Huskies.
Bloomsburg hurt themselves a bit with a penalty on their last possession. Now they get one here, and they'll start 1st and 15 back at their 20-yard line. Mike Loco wide right. Ron Loco wide left. From the I formation, Miller rolling to his left, fires to the sideline, well over the head of the intended receiver, Ron Loco. Barry Threeks on the good coverage. So 2nd down and 15 for the Huskies, back at their 20-yard line.
Strong secondary, as we mentioned. All are Division I transfers, one from Division II Youngstown State, which is about Division I in strength.
1AA.
1AA, sorry. Barry Threeks, though, is the best of the bunch, and it seems he's playing both sides of the field. He seems to be going where Ron Loco goes. They're going to put their best on the Huskies' best.
2nd and 15 call. Miller gives the ball to John Johnson. The fullback tries the right side, and not much doing. Some real hitting there. Johnson gets maybe 4. Jack Creech comes from his linebacker position to make the stop. So it's going to be a 3rd and long situation for the Huskies. And Brett Kozlowski, who had a terrific season last year as a 3rd down back, will be in there. Now, in the past, Kozlowski was going mainly as the lone back. And this time he replaces John Johnson. Sigler will stay in there. Kozlowski lines up as a fullback in the eye. Then Sigler goes in motion. The delay to Kozlowski. Looks for some running room. Trying to get outside and tripped up. Good defensive play by Philip Woods, linebacker, a transfer from Youngstown State. Looked like Kozlowski had some room, but Woods cut him down in the open field. Ball at the 27-yard line, 4th and 8 for the Huskies.
And last year, Kozlowski was very effective with the sprint draw, the true sprint draw action. So in this obvious passing down, they give the look, they take Sigler in motion as if he's a pass receiver, but Indiana plays it tough.
Now Joe Costello, the freshman from Mount Carmel, the punt. The snap is high, gets the kick away, just gets it away. It's a low line drive kick. Will take a Bloomsburg roll and gets a pretty good distance out of it. It'll be down by Ron Loco at the 34-yard line of Indiana. So that's where the Indians will put it in play. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter and still no score.
Punt ends up being rather effective, even though someone gets part of it and then part of Costello. It goes end over end, it hits, it bounces. There's no opportunity for the return because the Husky headhunters are down in position. And with the roll, probably better than if it was a strong punt with a fair catch afterwards.
39 yards, no return for the punt. Indiana 1st and 10. They have it at their own 34-yard line. Wharton lines up as the tailback in the eye, gets the call and runs hard out to the 46-yard line. You won't find a bigger tailback anywhere in college football. 245-pound sophomore, transfer from Temple. Alec Wiley made the stop for the Huskies, but a good pickup out to the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the carry, 2nd and 3.
If you put him in the backfield with Richard Montague, you have a 250-pounder along with 245, with a 308-pound average in the line in front, so they can play power ball.
And that's exactly how they have it now. Montague is in there as a busted play. Throm forced to keep the football, and he's buried right about the line of scrimmage. Looked like Terry Throm wanted to hand off to someone, wasn't there. Actually got a couple of yards out of it. They move it to the 43-yard line. Bring it 3rd and short. Gary Fittery makes the stop along with Jay Brooks.
During the week, you make some adjustments depending upon injury. We haven't seen Tink Stennis, a very impressive freshman. So actually you're going with Dallas Wharton, who's listed as a fullback, and moving him to tailback. And he may not be as familiar with all the assignments, so the busted play does ensue. They want an aggressive running drive. They only need a yard here to convert. They're in shotgun, though.
3rd down and 2. And Throm will operate from shotgun, takes the snap, back to throw, gets the pass away, has Lewis Hicks 1st and 10, Indiana. The 48-yard line. Check that, it's not Hicks, but Jason Tirado, a redshirt freshman from Redland High School. So Throm right on target, gets the 1st down on 3rd down. That tells me a little bit of the respect Indiana has for Bloomsburg's rush defense today, going from shotgun on a 3rd and 2 with those big backs in there.
Shows the confidence they have in the arm and in the receivers. The corners can't play the receivers too closely to stop a 4 or 5-yard play because the threat to go deep is there with their speed.
1st and 10 at the Bloomsburg 48. The call goes to Wharton, and Dallas Wharton spins to the 43-yard line. 5 yards. John Imp makes the stop for the Huskies, so another good 1st down carry for Indiana. The time winds down here in the 1st quarter. The sun is going behind the clouds. Very overcast right now at Redmond Stadium. A pleasant afternoon as Indiana and Bloomsburg, the 2 PSAC favorites in their respective divisions, slug it out in the scoreless 1st quarter. 2nd and 5. Indians at the Husky 43. Tirado comes in motion to the right side. Throm gives to Wharton. Has some room, and Wharton out to the 36-yard line. And you could see the dominance of the Indiana front that time. By the time Wharton got his hands on the football, there was 3 or 4 yards that massive offensive front had pushed the Huskies defense back. It's a 1st down at the 36.
Frank Signetti realizes he must make the running game go, and early in the game it just wasn't there with the scat back. So now they've gone with a power fullback, gave him an advantage, ran him off the right side with a design cutback. The linebackers are also out of position.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Throm off play action, back to throw, fires to the sideline. Hicks comes back, makes the grab. The 25-yard line. Lewis Hicks with another reception. John Zalos makes the stop from his cornerback position. They gave his forward progress to the 23, so the 3rd 13-yard reception by Lewis Hicks in this 1st quarter.
He is tough. Now that the running game is going, you can pass on that 1st down situation or 2nd down situation when the team is anticipating run. It's hard to get help in the secondary, and when they're out wide on the corners, it's one-on-one. They know the timing route they want to go with.
1st quarter has come to an end with the score. Indiana nothing and Bloomsburg nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
All right.
Who now is at IUP at tailback, 245 pounds, giving them that pop, being led by Richard Montague. And we see that power and that difference. It's a different attitude from the opening of the game.
That big backfield's in there now. Montague ahead of Wharton from the 23-yard line. And Wharton gets the call and has running room and powers down to the 16-yard line. Boy, Indiana just coming right at Bloomsburg now. And it's tough. You've got that combination coming at you, and then, of course, you've got the pass threat of Throm. Tough to stop. And right now, Indiana with a good-looking drive. 2nd down and 4 at the Bloomsburg 17-yard line.
I think Frank Signetti just put it to his players. Hey, it's gut check time. We're getting pushed around a little bit here. If we want to win, if we want to have the successful seasons we used to have in Indiana, we just have to be able to dominate physically, and they're going with a different game plan now.
Lewis Hicks is wide to the right side, but it's Wharton that gets the call, and Wharton has plenty of running room down the 11-yard line for a 1st down for Indiana. As Indiana looking strong, and it's that offensive front. We mentioned earlier, averaging 6'4½", 308 pounds, tackle to tackle, really moving the Huskies out of there.
And the Huskies just don't have the size to match up. The biggest people inside, Gary Fittery's 266, Chris Luft is 273. When you get to the ends, they're in the 240-pound range, and of course, linebackers are much lighter. So they have to try to do it strategically and with schemes. But if you guess with schemes and stunts to stop that run and they call the pass, you're in trouble.
The ball at the Bloomsburg 12-yard line. Allie Johnson back in there, stumbled before he got the handle, but he still gets ahead inside the 10 to the 8. Bloomsburg indicating they have the football, but no indication from the officials. So Allie Johnson came back in there. Surprising a bit to me since they're close to the goal line now, and that elephant backfield of theirs have been working so well, but he still gets 4. Second down and 6 at the Bloomsburg 8.
They might be anticipating a goal line defense from the Huskies where they're going to get in there low and try with some different type of offensive plays now rather than just a pure power. But I, too, am surprised. You go with what brought you to the dance. Keep going with that power until the Huskies can stop it. There they powered, but with the smaller running back.
Second down and 6. Indiana at the Bloomsburg 8-yard line. Johnson and Montega, the running backs, and Indiana's going to burn a timeout. 13:09 to go in the first half. No score in the ball game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. That Dave Delbo will be by during our halftime proceedings with an update on the college football scoreboard. And immediately following our broadcast from Redmond Stadium this afternoon, Dave will be by as host of the scoreboard show. All the results from college football from today. Right here at Redmond Stadium, 13 minutes and 9 seconds remain in the first half. No score in this football game between Bloomsburg and Indiana. But Indiana knocking on the Bloomsburg door. They have it at the 8-yard line of the Huskies. They face a second down and 6 following their timeout. I formation, Johnson the tailback in the eye. Throm takes the snap. He rolls right. Big pass rush. Gets the pass away. Montaigne makes a juggling catch and gets the first down on the far side of the field, I believe. He was knocked out, but he just dumped the ball off to that huge running back. And he's very, very close to the first down yardage. We'll see where they mark it. Now, where they're marking it will not be a first down. Down around the 3, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for Indiana.
I know what I'd do. I'd put in Montaigne at fullback and put that Dallas Wharton behind him and pound it. I'd probably run behind 345-pound Leander Jordan, my left tackle.
Montaigne and Wharton are the backs in an open set. 3rd down call. Montaigne straight ahead. Bloomsburg pushes him back. I don't know. It's going to be very, very close.
I thought he had it with his momentum, but I'm sure they're going to spot it with their foot, move everyone out of the way, and bring the chains across unless they can do it visually. It is close. If not, it's going to be an interesting 4th down call. Timeout, I believe, for the measurement. If I'm Indiana, I try for it on 4th down. Forget the field goal. You're in deep. Go for it.
John Emp, middle linebacker, among the people in on that stop for Bloomsburg. So 4th down for Indiana. 4th and a yard. Ball right at that 3-yard line. So biggest call of the first half coming with 12:28 to go. Backs in an open set. Throm gives the ball to Montaigne straight ahead. He's got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. Montaigne straight ahead from the 3-yard line, and the Indians take the lead.
Pushed the pile, and he got the first down, and then he just kept going. There were sort of his own people under him. It was a question of whether he'd be downed or not, but I guess that the points never hit the ground. He then reached the ball forward, and the line judge signaled the touchdown.
So Indiana caps a 66-yard scoring drive with the touchdown run by Richard Montaigne, his 2nd of the young season. And now Jay Glimp, a transfer from Pitt, junior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, will attempt the extra point. He was 3 for 3 in point after touchdowns in the opening game last Saturday night against Fairmont State. Try to tack a point onto this Indiana lead. Snap is low, but the placement is there, and the kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good off to the left. Time out on the field. 12:18 to go in the first half of play with the score. Indiana 6 and Bloomsburg nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Snyder kicks off, and Irv Sigler will field it up the middle at the Bloomsburg 7-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, cut down at the 24-yard line. That's where Bloomsburg will put it in play. Alex Brewer down to make the tackle for Indiana. Boy, field position has really favored the Indians in this first half, even though they have just a 6-0 lead. This is the 4th possession of Bloomsburg, and the best field position they've had for the start of any drive has been their own 25. This one at the 24.
Turnover did hurt as well, which sort of turns the entire table of things after the interception.
1st and 10 for the Huskies, moving from our left to our right in this second quarter. Ron Moko starts in motion left, then reverses his field. He'll lead the blocking for Sigler. Is hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks one tackle, and does a terrific job just to get a yard to the 25-yard line. Indiana read that one beautiful, great penetration. Anton Anderson, a free safety from Delray, Florida, transfer from West Virginia, makes the play. They'll mark the ball just short of the 20. 25, so give Ziegler about a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9, Bloomsburg.
Before the play ended, he broke 3 different potential tackles, and he's running to the short side of the field. So he looks dangerous, but just outmanned on that play.
2nd down call. Now Ziegler goes in motion to the left side, and rolling that way is Eric Miller, and he fires a quick out, and he has Ron Loco, and Loco battles up to about the 30-yard line before he's down. Pick up a 5 on the play. Adam Boylan makes a stop, 3rd and 4. Andy, I think this is a big call coming for the Huskies just from this standpoint. Their defensive unit has been on the field an awful lot in this first half, and they need to keep the ball a little bit.
They do. You got to play keep away from Indiana. They have the potential. They have the athletes. They have the size, the aggressiveness to be able to drive it right down. So the offense has to keep it away and try to match them in points.
3rd down and 4. Ziegler again in motion, this time to the right side. And again, rolling that way is Miller, and fires a pass and has his man, Ron Loco, and has the first down up to the 43-yard line. The All-American senior from Phillipsburg, New Jersey, brought down by Barry Threets, but Eric Miller on target, and they'll pick up about 13 on the play. 1st and 10 at the 43.
Having 5 of 9 passing. He's been on target. He's been sharp. I'm very surprised how good this young quarterback looks against such a strong defense.
1st and 10 for Bloomsburg. And again, Ziegler in motion to the left side. Kozlowski gets the call, looks for some running room, breaks out of 1 tackle, still on his feet, and Kozlowski finally brought down by 5 tacklers out about the 48-yard line. That's a strong effort by the senior, Brett Kozlowski.
Ziegler's getting a lot of attention. They're keying on him, so when you go to the other back, Kozlowski can make things happen. Great runner in his own right, going off the left side, fights ahead, has a great first down play. More than half the distance he needs to convert. 5 pushing 6 yards on that.
2nd down call coming. Under 10 minutes remaining first half. Bloomsburg trailing Indiana 6-0. Huskies at their own 48-yard line. Kozlowski lines up ahead of Ziegler in the I formation. Ziegler goes in motion, and it'll be a motion call against the Huskies as Kozlowski gets the call and gets a couple.
Ziegler was moving forward in the motion. He wanted to go in motion and then turn it upfield to become the lead blocker. But the timing was such that the snap came and he's still heading forward. That prompts the flag. The play will count. There's an option on this. It was not blown dead. Indiana will take the penalty, I'm sure. Players down for Indiana on the far side.
And they've got some injuries, problems on that defensive unit, so we'll check on that. We'll see how they play it with the penalty. With these 5-yard penalties, and there is a big problem for Bloomsburg in this respect, is that they're going to be the kind of offense this year with the new quarterback that the little short passes and then the running game, and boy, those 5-yard penalties can really hurt.
It really does. You were set up where it was 2nd and a long 4 in a great situation. Now back again, 2nd and a long 9.
Back at their own 44-yard line. Now Kozlowski is the lone running back. He gets the ball on the delay, looks for some running room, and has it over midfield, and a strong effort by Kozlowski, and a first down near the Indiana 45-yard line. Adam Boylan, the strong safety, makes the stop for the Indians.
Beautiful run. The Indiana team is respecting Irv Ziegler and keying on him so much that when they don't see him where the ball's going to go to him on the run, they're thinking pass or thinking other things. Kozlowski really read that play well. Sprint draw where he has his option to pick the hole, take it where it goes. Some beautiful decision-making on that run to get the chains.
10 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 Bloomsburg at the Indiana 46-yard line. Again, Ziegler's out of there. Kozlowski, the lone running back. Slot to the right side. Miller on a long count. Gives the ball to Kozlowski. Tries that right side. Turns the corner. Lowers the shoulder. Gets inside the 40-yard line. Another good effort and some good blocking for Kozlowski.
Yes, there was. And there wasn't deception on that particular play. Kozlowski's there again. Not being keyed upon as much as Ziegler would. The line just blows off on the right side. Casey Nida, Adam Wright. Great blocking on that side. He gets good 8-yard, 9-yard gain.
And Bloomsburg comes to the line of scrimmage without a huddle. 2nd down and 2. Now Ziegler's back in there as the tailback in the I formation. He gets the call, tries to get away from a tackler, gets by 1. Now he's going to be ridden down. He's in big trouble. He'll lose yardage back to the 43-yard line. Discretion was the better part of valor there. If Ziegler had been brought down on the initial hit, it probably would have been right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept battling and ended up losing 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Had a straight arm on the tackler and still had a lot of sideline, and he thought he can get wide on it. He eventually gets spun around, though, and then more tacklers come, and while he's still dodging and eluding, he keeps getting pushed back. Sometimes those break, and you reverse your field, and you make the great play. That time it just doesn't go.
Now Randy Davidson in the Bloomsburg lineup. Sigler's out of there, 3rd and 7. Miller takes the snap, rolls right, fires to Ron Loco, makes the catch, won't get the first down, but he's close. And Bloomsburg will have a big decision to make. Barry Threach makes the stop for Indiana.
I think they'll go for it. I don't know why, just sort of my gut feeling they're going to want to go for this. Ron Lelko makes it look so easy. Ball in his area, and it's like fly paper. He just snags that ball so easily.
4th and 1. You can tell from the reaction of the crowd that Bloomsburg has made a decision to go for it. The ball at the Indiana 37-yard line with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half, and Bloomsburg trailing it 6-0. Sigler, the tailback in the eye after a shift. O'Brien's the tight end on the right side. The give is to Sigler. He's got the first half, the 30, the 25, cuts it inside to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Herb Sigler with the first down, and then some. Brian Cotta makes the stop for Indiana.
It was tremendous blocking. Nida and Rice over there. You mentioned the tight end O'Brien as well. They got into their men and pushed them back. They led with the fullback, John Johnson, who just kind of pushed everyone else out of the way. A huge seam in there, so it wasn't just a power run. And then Ziegler just takes it for much, much more.
19 yards on the carry on a 4th down and 1. Sigler again, the tailback in the eye. The ball at the Indiana 18-yard line. Ron Loco is on a wing to the right side. Miller takes the snap, gives the ball to Sigler, straight ahead, inside the 10-yard line and down to the 7-yard line. Anton Anderson makes the stop. We talked about Indiana's offensive line, the job they did on their last possession. Right now, that Bloomsburg front doing the job.
They are doing the job, and also go with the strategy. Changing up running backs, sort of mixing up that defense. They're not keying just on Sigler, but go with the effectiveness of Kozlowski. Now they're double guessing what they're doing. They're forced to come out of their defensive game plan. Now the tremendous talents of Irv Sigler are coming through. Credit the line in front of him for getting into the people, moving them out of the way. They're going to stretch the chains to see if he makes this. But the running game is on track. Irv Sigler out with 9 carries for 53 yards. Just about his full game output last year.
1st and goal, Bloomsburg. After a 10-yard burst by Sigler. Talked about that offensive front. The tight end, Kerry O'Brien, also with a good block on that last carry by Sigler. 1st and goal. Huskies trailing by 6. 6:48 to go in the first half. O'Brien lines up as the tight end on the right. Sigler is the tailback. Give to him on a delay off the left side, inside the 5, runs over a tackler, gets it for the touchdown. Irv Sigler just ran over a defender from the 2-yard line, took him into the end zone, and the Huskies had tied it.
Little outside trap, right guard Casey Nida coming and pulling and kicking out. His man had over pursued. That created the seam. Then go with the vision of Irv Sigler. He makes the right cut, slices his way into the end zone for a big score. Tied at 6-6 now with this conversion point. Could put the Huskies ahead. Tommy Boop lining it up.
Tommy had a couple of blocks in that opener. It was just 1 for 3 in extra point attempts. He'll try to kick it here with Ron Loco doing the holding. The snap is a bad one, but Loco gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out of the field. 6:33 to go in the first half of play with the score. Bloomsburg 7 and Indiana 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Here at Redmond Stadium, Bloomsburg has just capped an 11-play, 76-yard scoring drive on an 8-yard touchdown run by All-American Irv Sigler. Tom Boop, the sophomore from Berwick, adds the extra point, and the Huskies have their first lead of the afternoon, 7-6. 6:33 to go in this first half.
Now the defense has to do it. Indiana in their last drive seemed unstoppable, going back to the power game that they showed last year. Defense has to make adjustments and in some way slow this offense down so that their own offense can get the ball back and move it again.
Jason Tirado, Brian Cottom are back deep for the Indians. Tom Boop will kick off for the Huskies. His kick comes up short, very, very high. Cottom at his 11-yard line. To the 15, to the 20, and gang tackle as he gets out to about the 28-yard line. So that's where Indiana will put that ball in play. Joey Thompson down on the kick teams to make the play for the Huskies. Big plays along that Bloomsburg scoring drive. 13-yard pass to Ron Loco. 10-yard run by Kozlowski. Maybe the biggest, the 19-yard burst by Herb Stigler on 4th and 1 at the Indiana 37-yard line.
There were some big plays. Indiana has a lot of big play makers, but the best athlete on the team who was expected to play in this game has not seen any action. Tink Stennett, super freshman for this team. A great rusher, great on returns. Had a bad ankle coming into the game, tried it in the pregame and just can't go. So they're missing his impact.
Now there's some problem down on the field. The official referee, Jim Kapora, has come to the sideline. Maybe some problems with the headsets.
If that is the case, then neither side will be able to use them. Might be a numbers situation.
They were pointing up to the scoreboard. It's something with the clock, I believe, because they're winding some time down. Evidently, the clock should have started, did not, so they're going to wind a little bit of time left. 6:23 is what's up on the clock. As Jim Kapora now will go to the Indiana sideline, explain the situation. Frank Signetti accepts it, and Indiana with the ball, 1st and 10 at their 27-yard line. Last time they had it, they put together a 66-yard scoring drive. They trail 7-6. Wharton behind Montague, that huge backfield. And Throm is back to throw. It fires over the middle. Has a man wide open. Weaver for a first down at the Bloomsburg 48-yard line. Jeremy Weaver, a 220-pound senior from Cocalico. Wide open. Jay Zaransky makes the stop for Bloomsburg. So here comes Indiana right back at Bloomsburg.
Look at the strategy. The offensive running game has been so strong. The Huskies defense has to try to combat that. They've been strong on the outside with the speed receivers. They have to worry about that. The most vulnerable place in the scheme is going to be down the middle. They hit it with the tight end on the first play.
Tirado wide right. Hicks wide left. Throm play action. Back to throw once again. Plenty of time. Dumps it out here. Has the completion. Wharton drags the tackler out of bounds on the far side of the 41-yard line. So another completion. Tom Rattecki, number 20, is in there for the Huskies now. Makes the stop. But Wharton makes the grab, and Indiana getting some good mileage out of that backfield. Of course, and even when you're throwing the ball, you've got two basically extra offensive linemen back there.
Right. They give you a lot of protection, a lot of confidence on the corner, then slide one out, hit him the ball with a quick spit pass, then you have to tackle him again. 2nd down and 3. Wharton gets the call, trying to run over a tackler and pick up the first down, and he may have it. And a flag flies well after the play. It's going to be a late hit or something thrown by an official at a distance. The back judge is about 20 yards away from the pile, saw something unsportsmanlike. This will be tacked on. We'll see which way it goes. They're debating it.
John Zalos and Lewis Hicks were downfield. I didn't see anything going on there, but it's going to be a personal foul against Bloomsburg, and a huge mistake by the Huskies.
That really hurts. It's tough enough to stop this offense with its normal tools, to give them a free 15 yards. You just cannot do that.
So Indiana already in great position to regain the lead, as they have it at the 23-yard line of Bloomsburg with a 1st and 10. Personal foul. And boy, Bloomsburg is the one committing the penalties today. There's one that could really hurt. 1st and 10 for Indiana at the Husky 23-yard line. Hicks will split wide to the right. Tirado wide to the left. Weaver's at tight end on the left side. Wharton is a tailback in the eye. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz, but Throm reads it and fires to Hicks, and it's knocked down at the goal line. Terrific play by Jay Zaransky. Boy, that Throm is some quarterback. Bloomsburg coming with an all-out blitz. Just barely got it off, but it was right on target to Hicks. And making the play was Zaransky.
He was there, playing from the strong safety position this year. He's with the receiver, times the jump, and is able to belt it away. Throm looks like he's on his game at quarterback. He has the running game going, so play action passes there. He gets there, he scans the field, he finds the receivers, he throws it well. If he's on the way he seems to be in this first half, it could be very tough for the Huskies.
2nd and 10, Indiana from the 23. Wharton gets the call this time. Bloomsburg stacks him up. It's maybe a yard on the play. Chris Luft, 273-pound junior out of Daniel Boone High School. in there for the Huskies. So it's going to bring up a third down. A big third down call it will be for Indiana, trailing by 1. The clock winds down. 5 minutes remaining in this first half. The ball at the 23. Really no gain on that play. We'll call 3rd and 10.
It'll be an interesting call if they don't make it here, what they'll do on 4th down. Too near to punt, might be too far for the field goal. And a lot depends on what happens right now.
Now that fleet running back, Allie Johnson's in there at the tailback. Montague ahead of him in the I. Hicks is wide left, and Brinkley goes in motion that way. And Throm play action. He's going to be hit and sacked, but a face mask penalty against Bloomsburg. Well, that's unfortunate as Justin Bent got in there, sacked the quarterback, but clearly had his hand on the face mask. This could be a huge call.
It could be, and it's a question of whether it'll be viewed as intentional and flagrant or accidental. The hand went to pull the man down, and whatever he could grab, it grabbed the face mask. They needed after the sack about 17 yards. Let's see how it goes.
Well, it'll be a 5-yard walk-off, so it's not the big call against Bloomsburg. Ball will be at the 18-yard line, and it will remain 3rd down, but this time 3rd and about 5. And let's see, we've got to have a timeout called by the Huskies. 4:30 to go in the first half. Indiana trailing Bloomsburg 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Justin Bent didn't make a great play, though. He defeated his man, had the speed rush going, and had the quarterback. The thing is, the angle he was at, he had to grab and pull the man down. Unfortunately for him, it was by the face mask.
Here's a 3rd down call for Indiana at the Bloomsburg 18 from shotgun. Throm takes the snap. He's back to throw. Hit as he releases. Gets the first down to Weaver inside the 10 at the 7. He is a cool customer, that Terry Throm. Good penetration by Fittery. Hit the quarterback hard just as he got it away, but it was right on target to Weaver. 1st and goal, Indiana at the Bloomsburg 7.
With the size of his offensive line, all 5 of them going at about 6'5" each, he gets the protection with the 5. He sent everyone out, split both backs, sent the tight end, sent all the receivers. We found the right man.
Indiana looking to regain the lead. Johnson gets the call, tries the middle, not much doing. Allie Johnson straight ahead for a yard, maybe 2 on the play. The clock winds down under 4 minutes remaining in the half. Justin Bent in on the stop for the Huskies.
Again, a backward strategy in my mind. The smaller running back coming in for the goal line situation. Dallas Wharton at 245 pounds is out. And the more diminutive Allie Johnson goes in against the goal line look.
Well, Frank Signetti has won exactly 109 games without your advice. So
did some at the Division 1 level as well. 4 years tenure at West Virginia on his resume.
2nd down and goal from the Bloomsburg 6. Play action, Throm back to throw. Hit as he releases, diving catch by Weaver. Makes it, but at the 5-yard line. Tentacles all over him at that point. And so it's going to bring him a 3rd and goal. They mark it closer to the 4-yard line. Jay Brook had the big rush on Throm, but just got it away. So 3rd down and goal. Indiana at the Bloomsburg 4-yard line.
Just a key play. They want the touchdown. They want to do it here. Otherwise, they'll probably settle for that field goal to try to take the lead into halftime. So the Huskies defense trying to get themselves pumped up. They know they need to make the stand now.
Big call coming. 3rd down and goal. And Throm will operate from shotgun. Trips right, and now Hicks goes in motion left. Throm takes the snap, flags, and whistles before the play got started.
Quick flag by the umpire. He saw something happen. It was a high shotgun snap, and there might have been movement. If it's against the Huskies, it'll be half the distance to the goal. It would be terrible against Indiana. It is against Indiana.
Well, Andy, I don't know how terrible it is. If you're going to throw anyhow, you actually, back at the 9-yard line, have some more room to throw the football.
Well, you'll change the play call, though. If you're going to do something where it's the quarterback in shotgun and a very quick throw on a very quick route, it's a timing thing that's often difficult for the secondary. This little bit more room lengthens it and could give the pass rush more time to get in there.
Timeout, Indiana. 2:36 to go first half. 7-6 is the Bloomsburg lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. First half of play here at Redmond Stadium. Indiana trailing Bloomsburg 7-6, and the Indians following their timeout with a great opportunity to retake the lead. They have the ball at the Bloomsburg 9-yard line where they face a 3rd down and goal.
The 5-yard penalty hurts them, Jim, in the fact that now it's one-sided defense. It's really not realistic to anticipate the running play. The Huskies can change coverage, change strategy, come with a different look, and anticipate the pass. If it is a draw, it'll be by surprise. In fact, it'll be impossible. There's no running back, just a quarterback in shotgun.
Throm has problems. He has to use another timeout. Throm was operating in shotgun, and he was yelling to one of his wide receivers lined up to the right that they were in the wrong area. We'll keep it right here as Indiana has burned their final timeout of the half. 2:36 remaining.
That makes it tough. This play is so critical that Throm is intelligent to use it, even though you're using back-to-back timeouts. This is the play that makes the half. This can be the difference between going in by a touchdown up or just a field goal up, or if that goes awry by nothing. So he's not going to go with the proper formation being set. He'll waste that timeout. They probably won't need them the rest of the half, but they need to make sure they have exactly what they want for this particular play. He's lecturing his team in that huddle right now. He's pointing to each man where exactly he wants them to be. And he's going to see that they get this off properly.
Well, it looked like Jason Tirado was debating the issue. You don't debate the issue with a fifth-year senior quarterback.
No, West Virginia transfer. Again, a lot of transfers on this team. A lot of great talent. Throm certainly shows it. Looked very strong last year when we saw him, and of course even stronger with the experience. 2,519 yards passing, and this is a team that is very balanced in its offensive attack.
Here's the play of the half. Indiana trailing by 1. 3rd and goal at the Bloomsburg 9. Tirado wind up wide left. High snap off shotgun. Throm back to throw. A big pass rush. Dumps it off to Johnson. Short pass incomplete. Huskies had it covered pretty well at any rate. And so it'll be a 4th down. The field goal unit will come on. Alec Wiley with a good rush on quarterback Throm.
They pressured him. The high shotgun snap threw it off. He had to go high to pull it down. I think he wanted to get it quickly and immediately throw the ball. When that shotgun snap is high and he can't get it immediately, he now has to look to different receivers. So the timing was thrown off. The Huskies continue with the pressure, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal if they can make it. Missed his first field goal attempt. He hasn't been that sharp.
Also missed an extra point attempt. The hold will be at the 16-yard line. So Jay Glimpse will try a 26-yard field goal. And flag down on the play before the play can get started.
Might be a delay of game, and this would assist the kicker. They're at the angle. The Huskies may choose to decline this to keep the angle sharper. See what they do. They're going to push it back. Just in case something goes awry, like a bad snap, and someone has to scramble with that ball, you don't want them getting to the end zone. So they will accept the penalty here.
So the ball back at the 14-yard line of Bloomsburg. The hold by Matt Daniel will be at the 21. So a 31-yard field goal attempt by Glimpse, who kicked the 37-yard in the opener. The placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out on the field, 2:26 to go in the first half of play with the score. Indiana 9 and Bloomsburg 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Snyder to kick off for Indiana.
Jay Glimpse with a 31-yard field goal has given Indiana the lead. The Indians have scored on their last 2 possessions. It's Indiana 9 and Bloomsburg 7. 2:25 remaining in this first half. So time for the Huskies as Tom Snyder will kick off.
15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was big in that drive, Jim.
The kick by Snyder is high and deep, and Irv Sigler back at his 1-yard line. Up the middle at the 5 to the 10. Tries to take it to the outside. He's in big trouble. Breaks away from a tackler, makes a great cut, and another gets out to the 20 and the 22-yard line. Hey, Andy, Irv Sigler was one more cut away from a big return. He moved and had Kerry O'Brien out front, just couldn't quite get there. So the Huskies will take over at their 21-yard line with a 1st and 10 with 2:09 to go in the half.
Yeah, he gets the ball and runs with deliberation. Not the classic kick returner who just starts with the speed and assumes the hole going to be there. He looks, he uses his eyes, but he has such great vision. He's able to find that seam and almost make it go.
Huskies with the football, trailing by 2. Miller gives to Sigler straight ahead, and not much doing. Gets out to about the 23-yard line. Will be 2nd down and 8. Kind of a difficult situation for Bloomsburg. Obviously, they'd like to get on the board before the half ends, but, you know, with the redshirt freshman quarterback, you always have to be concerned about the turnover, and going in down 2 wouldn't be the worst situation.
No, I think you play this conservatively. You can take it at the half this way. You have the confidence. You know what you can do. You don't want to turn over. You don't have to punt this away either. There's still going to be time on the clock.
1:35, and the clock running as the give is to Sigler. Tries to get outside left. Straight arms one man, but is brought down at the 26. Nice play by Adam Boylan as he fought off that straight arm. It's just a couple for Sigler. The other thing from Bloomsburg's standpoint, they know Indiana's out of timeouts, so Bloomsburg can use up most of the clock. And I think the idea was here, you give it to Sigler a couple times. If he breaks one, then you kind of change your strategy. But right now, I think they'll let it wind down.
Right. Normally on a 3rd and 6, you'd anticipate pass. But I think now with right exactly 1 minute to go, we might see something more like the draw.
Under a minute to go in the half. Bloomsburg with the ball at the 25-yard line. 3rd down and 5 for Bloomsburg. Loco goes in motion to the right side. They give on the delay to Sigler, looking for the 1st down yardage. And Sigler's close as he gets it over the 30, out to the 32-yard line with 39 seconds remaining in the half. It is the 1st down. We'll hear from Irv Sigler at halftime. He'll be the subject of our Husky Spotlight feature. We'll also hear from Dave Delbo with an update on the college football scoreboard. So stay with us at halftime.
Now that you made the change, this clock could run out if you choose. It's still moving. Wouldn't be surprised to see one quick pass down the middle and hope to get something to break, try to get into field goal range. Huskies do have timeouts.
Mike Loco wide left. His brother Ron wide to the right. Miller on a long count, gives on the delay to Irv Sigler. Sigler up the middle over the 40, makes a cut to the 45 and spins out to midfield. Just 8 seconds left on the clock, and Bloomsburg now will use one of those timeouts. Barry Streets made the play, so they've set it up as I suspected. Give the ball to Sigler, hope something big can happen, and if he gets you in good field position, then take a try at something big.
Right at midfield, well, depending, you can try a screen pass. You know, the most dangerous thing might be to go with that draw again. Ziegler is just so good in open field. We'll see a prevent defense out of Indiana. The Huskies could just try to loft this to the end zone, but the quarterback would have to put it about 60 yards in the air to get there. More likely hit someone slashing underneath, hope he can catch it on the run and then work his way into the end zone. No great plays from midfield when you only have one more shot at it, but it's worth the chance.
18 yards on that carry by Irv Sigler, who now comes out of the Bloomsburg lineup. Brett Kozlowski is the lone running back, and Bloomsburg has 3 receivers to the left side and a wide receiver to the right, and Miller's back to throw, and he's going to keep the football. He's over midfield to the 45 and gets to the Indiana 40-yard line. He'll pick up 10 yards on what will be the final play of the first half. Phillip Woods on the stop for Indiana. So 2 periods in the books here at Redmond Stadium. Good first half of football. The score, Indiana 9 and Bloomsburg 7. We'll be back with the first half scoring in 60 seconds.
And hold this team, let the offense get it and get the lead back.
Tom Booth will kick off. Indiana moving right to left, and this second half is underway. The kick is very, very high. Brian Cottam back at his 2-yard line. Good kickoff by Booth. Return is to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Good return by Cottam. Down this near sideline, he's brought down about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. So that's where Indiana will put it in play. 1st and 10. Joe Costello, the freshman from Mount Carmel, down there to make the tackle on special teams for Bloomsburg. So Indiana starts the second half from their own 27-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Joey Thompson also made a nice play. He was down there with contain, took on a blocker, and he forced the runner to go wide of him, which at least slowed down the momentum some.
Lewis Hicks wide to the left side. Tirado wide right. Backs in an open set. They give it to Dallas Wharton. Tries the right side and gets about 2. Hit hard by Chris Luff and got that big body to go forward. 245-pounder, Dallas Wharton. But defensed well by the Huskies. 2nd down and 8, Indiana.
Yeah, they sort of had an attitude drive early where this big backfield with the big line was able to power it. But here they try the same thing again, not the same intensity, better defensive intensity to come up really a long yard, a short 2 in there. Great defensive play off that side.
Lewis Hicks wide to the right. He's a dangerous wide receiver as he showed in that first half. John Zalos out at him. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz, but they beat it, and Wharton has running room, and he's cut down in the open field at the 40-yard line. Bloomsburg coming with an all-out blitz, but Wharton took it right at him. Michael Roberts had to trip him up in the open field. Indiana gets the big running play, 12 yards on the carry, 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 41.
We talked about some defensive games that John Devlin's going to have to play strategically, and the all-out blitz on an anticipated run normally would work. There were 7-8 people flying to the ball, but great vision by Dallas Wharton to find the proper seam, split it, and get the big yardage.
Wharton, the tailback in the I formation. Fake to him, drop back to throw. Acuff in pursuit. It'll be sacked back at the 28-yard line. Chris Acuff comes a long way to make the play for the Huskies.
Lost about 11 yards on that. He really did chase him down. Acuff, a linebacker, not playing run passively, but John Devlin sending him on the Red Dog, anticipating this team had 2 runs in a row. The quarterback's been good. We'll see play action. Acuff runs him down and chases him from the backside for a big loss. That puts Indiana in the hole. They're going to have to continue passing. The Huskies will expect it now. Again, defensively, they have that edge.
2nd down and 21 for Indiana. Back at their 30-yard line. Thrommel operates from shotgun. He's back to throw. He has some time. He fires out here over the head of Montague. Good coverage by Bloomsburg. Jay Brook, the linebacker, back in coverage. So it's going to make up a 3rd down and 21. Getting back to that play by Acuff. Chris Acuff is a 218-pound senior from Bellefonte. He's been a terrific special teams player since he's been at Bloomsburg, and a part-time linebacker. This year, a full-time starter. And talked to him before the season. He was just thrilled to be able to be that starting linebacker for his senior season. Came up with a big play there. Now 3rd and 21, Indiana.
John Devlin's very excited about his potential. He's a great hitter, great leader out there.
Extra defensive backs in there. Just 3 down linemen for Bloomsburg. Indiana plays it conservatively. They give to Montague on the draw. He gets about 6 to the 36-yard line. So Bloomsburg gets the stand on the first series by Indiana. Gary Pittery on that last tackle. 4th and 15, punts him on for the Indians.
Frank Signetti has a lot of wins, and it's a conservative attitude that he usually goes with. He tends to work where his personnel can usually beat your personnel, but if he's going to be backed up, he's not taking the chance. A conservative call there. We've seen some other conservative calls through this game.
Now, Bloomsburg had Michael Roberts deep to receive the kick, and then they brought him up to the line of scrimmage and left Lee Strawbridge back there.
Might have 12 men in there, though. The flag is thrown by the back judge who's counting personnel, and they're going to blow it dead before the snap. It is an illegal substitution against the Huskies. That's 5 yards. We'll still see the punt. Someone better leave the field.
In fact, Ron Loco had come off, so evidently the Huskies had 13 to start that. They ought to be able to get a good return from that.
Now they're changing about 7 different people, so count them again. Maybe they had a block team on rather than a return team, and they messed up in that substitution.
The ball at the 41. 4th and 10, Indiana. Snap is there, and the kick is away. It's a beauty. Michael Roberts will field it at his 13-yard line. To the 15-yard line and felled it down there. So a terrific kick by the punter, Matt Daniel, and good coverage, Kurt Kondo downfield. So the Huskies will take over, but in poor field position for their first possession of the second half. 12:03 remaining 3rd quarter. Indiana leads 9-7.
Credit the punter for changing field position. Chris Acuff, the defense made the big play. The impact set them back. Penalty coming up with the illegal substitution. Minimal yardage there. Huskies were hoping for better offensive position after the strong defensive stand.
Mike Loco wide to the right side. 1st and 10, Bloomsburg at the 15. Sigler, the tailback in the I formation. Give to him, looks for some running room, tries to turn the corner, does so, and gets out to the 20-yard line. So good first down gain for the Huskies. 5 yards for Sigler, adding to his impressive game totals. 2nd and 5 Huskies.
Just short of 100 yards 92 yards at halftime. Now give him 97 yards on 16 carries, and he looked like he had the potential to take that all the way. One more man to beat. He made a great cut as he approached the sideline, split defenders, found a little seam, but one more man yet stopped him from taking it.
2nd and 5. Bloomsburg at their 20-yard line. Sigler again, the tailback in the I formation. Ron Loco is on a wing to the right side. Eric Miller gives to Sigler, hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's in big trouble. He'll lose yardage back to the 17-yard line. And now Bloomsburg in a position where they'll have to come up with a big play, or this field position will be huge.
And you don't want to take that big play where you're going to risk the turnover either. Again, perhaps take the cue from Frank Signetti. He showed patience. It's a long game. There's an entire half to go here. You don't want to hurt yourself. 3rd and 9. Let's see how aggressive they are in going for this.
Bloomsburg back on their 17-yard line. As Sigler comes in motion to the right side, rolling that way is Eric Miller. Fires over the middle. Sigler drops the ball, and it's probably just as well, as the ball was just at the 20-yard line, and he was surrounded. So 4th down in a punting situation. And unless something dramatic happens here, Indiana's going to get terrific field position.
Should be able to get it back around midfield. Huskies couldn't get it going. A nice opening down play, but then the Indiana team comes up strong on the next run and drives them back. A conservative pass play. Things were covered rather well. They went underneath the Ziegler, who can't hold on to it, but would have been short of the chains regardless.
So the pressure on the freshman from Mount Carmel, Joe Costello, back at his 3-yard line. Adam Wright with the snap. Indiana coming hard. Costello gets it away. Nice kick. Reached at his 38-yard line to the 40, to the 45, to midfield, and ridden out of bounds in Bloomsburg territory. So, as we suspected, Indiana with terrific field position, as they'll have it at the Bloomsburg 45-yard line for their second possession of the 3rd quarter, and they're in great shape to add to what is a 9-7 lead.
Their offense is out there and dangerous after making adjustments at halftime, and again in that very first series. So they do have the fine field position. They'd like to take this in for points. Only a 2-point spread on that scoreboard. Indiana, 9-7 lead.
So the pressure is on the Bloomsburg defense as Lewis Hicks splits wide to the right side. I formation. Toronto goes in motion to that side. Ali Johnson, the tailback, has a hole off the right side and gets inside the 40, close to the 1st down yardage. They put in the small back this time, and he got some good blocking. Jay Zaransky made the tackle. But it's a pickup of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 at the Bloomsburg 37.
You can pound a team with power, hit him with that 245-pound fullback, but he's probably not going to break the big touchdown or the big run. Ali Johnson given the same seam. If he can slide through it, he has the acceleration to really extend it. So it's a nice change-up between the two different backs with very different styles. Both still sophomores.
Ali Johnson out of Williamson High School in York. Again, the tailback in the eye. 2nd down call coming. He gets the call again, has the first down, and then some breaks inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. So Indiana's offensive front starting to push the Huskies back, and Ali Johnson, the speed merchant, taking advantage. 12 yards on that burst to the 25 before Jay Zaransky can make the stop for the Huskies.
There are no missed assignments. Every man's coming off, running his man, and just giving him a step, pushing him sideways or pushing him back. This guy gets the little seam, but he can slide through, and then it's open field until the secondary can hit him. He's quick.
Toronto wide to the left. Hicks wide right. Toss sweep left side. Ali Johnson. This time the Husky defense is up to the task. And there will be a loss on the play. John Imp and Gary Fittery combine on the stop for the Huskies.
Talked about when you're sort of outmatched physically in size and you have to go to strategy. Try to bring some people, slant some tackles, loop some different people. You have to mess up those blocking schemes. You can't let the superior size get into you and shield you from the play. So the defense is moving on the snap, and they're coming across forcefully in an area where they're not anticipated.
2nd and 13, Indiana at the Bloomsburg 28. Slot to the right side. Hicks to the left from shotgun. Back to throw is Throm. Now he's going to run with the football, and he is going to be down at the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 3 on the play before Justin Vent can drag him down. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So a big call here in the 3rd quarter with the clock running and 8:25 to go. And Indiana already in front by a score of 9-7.
He's not going to scramble much. You can see he doesn't have the foot speed, but he has great vision downfield, and he's not going to force the turnover. He's going to give away that second down play and try for it here on third down, which is a good decision.
Slot to the right side, Hicks wide left. From shotgun, 3rd down and 10. Fromm takes the snap. He's back to throw. He steps up into it. He fires. He has Hicks at the sideline, and he gets out of bounds at around the 12-yard line. So Indiana with a big 3rd and 10 call, and Lewis Hicks has been a tough man for the Huskies to cover this afternoon.
It's his 4th catch, and all of them have been comebacks. They're respecting his speed. He can get to the end zone. It looks like the fade pattern, and he plants and comes back. Great timing where the quarterback realizes where that break will be. The ball is being zipped. He's turning and looking for it. If the corner plays it any closer, he's susceptible to being beaten deep.
1st and 10 Indiana at the Bloomsburg 12. Fromm gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson with the right side has some running room inside the 10 down around the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 6. So Indiana plays ball control here in the 3rd quarter. Just about halfway through. They've had the ball for much of this quarter and in great position now to add to a lead. Allie Johnson comes off limping badly. They've already down one tailback who did not play today, Tink Stennett, but they have some depth on this team.
And he's made a difference in this series. If it was Dallas Wharton who was running with the power and having effect in the 3 and 4 and 5-yard burst, this guy's getting 10 and 12 instead. So they will miss that speed.
2nd down and 6. Wharton is the tailback in the eye. He gets the call, tries the right side. Good defense by Bloomsburg. That's Gary Fittery, all-conference pick from a year ago. Closed quickly. Terrific play by him, the 266-pound senior from Mannheim Central. They'll mark the ball at the 9-yard line, so they actually lost a yard on the play. Another big 3rd down call. 3rd and 7 Indiana at the Bloomsburg 9.
266 pounds sounds massive, but he's giving up 50 to 60 pounds when he looks at the man across him. So he has to use quickness, find the seam, and he makes a great play there.
Here's the call. Indiana, 3rd and 7 at the Bloomsburg 9, trying to add to a 2-point lead, and Indiana will use a timeout. 6:29 remaining 3rd quarter. Indiana 9, Bloomsburg 7. We're back in 30 seconds. Indiana leading Bloomsburg 9-7. Following Indiana's timeout, a big call coming as the Indians have it at the Husky 9-yard line, where they'll face a 3rd down and 7.
Huskies, I think, have to anticipate the pass and having the type of pass look that's going to do the job here. Both tailbacks. Allie Johnson just leaving the game with the ankle injury. Doesn't seem like he'll be set for this play. Tink Stennett never even entered it. So you'll have power backs in there.
And Lewis Hicks wide to the right side. Brinkley wide to the left. Backs in an open set. 3rd down call. Fromm play out. Rolls right. Gets the pass away. It's batted down. Batted down by Jay Zoransky. Got in front of the intended receiver. Chris Acuff was all over the quarterback Fromm, and a terrific defensive play by both Acuff and Zoransky.
They came hard and made the play. They were going to throw to the backs. The Huskies seemed to anticipate it. They ignored the play action faking, but stayed with the man on the run fake who tried to slide for the yardage. Acuff came hard, pressuring the quarterback on, and Zoransky coming away and swatting that ball away aggressively.
Now straight ahead field goal attempt by Glenn. The hold will be at the 15-yard line. 25-yard field goal attempt. Snap a little bit high. Holder gets it down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 6:16 to go in the 3rd quarter of play with the score. Indiana 12, Bloomsburg 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Become a part of the Huskies by joining the Bloomsburg University Husky
In the
Club.
2nd quarter, Central
For more
Florida
information,
is 5th-ranked Nebraska by a score of 10-7 now. And in the 3rd quarter of play, Michigan shutting out Colorado 24-0. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Right here, 6 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Indiana has just capped a 9-play scoring drive with a 25-yard field goal by Jay Glenn. They lead Bloomsburg by a score of 12-7. And kicking off for Indiana is Tom Snyder. His kick will be fielded by Irv Stigler at the 6-yard line. He goes down on the knee, and Bloomsburg will be back at the 6.
Jim Kapora saw it. He was right there, and he did go down. The ball was low. He went down like a fielder to get it. The knee was there as he picked it up. He sprung up immediately, and he would have had a lot of yardage, at least 15 yards until he met resistance. He would have that ball across the 20. But Jim Kapora, seeing it immediately, blows the whistle, points to the spot. So horrendous field position to start this offensive drive.
That is the kind of play that can completely turn a game like this around. Field position so vital in a low-scoring game. And now Bloomsburg, miserable field conditions back at their 6-yard line. The give is to Sigler. Tries the left side. Gets a little room out to about the 10. So the Huskies are really up against it here. And, boy, it's really crucial. Not so much they score in this drive, but they get out of this hole. Because if they give Indiana the same field position they did last time, you can almost count on an automatic 3 and maybe 7 for this offense. And the kind of game it is, a 12-7 game, you just can't win that way. Johnny Johnson ahead of Sigler in the I formation. Play action. Miller in trouble. Rolling right. Lobs the pass downfield. Mike Lelko comes back, tries to make the play. And he is hit. The official
calls it uncatchable. Ooh. He's waving over his head that ball could not be caught. It was thrown up in desperation, but Lelko's in the area, and with his hands, he can catch almost anything. Great leaping ability, has nice size. The cornerback in the area also goes up and bumps him. They don't call interference because they rule it as uncatchable. That's a discretion call, and that's how it will stand.
So this is the play for Bloomsburg. From the 10-yard line, 3rd down and long. Miller rolls left, fires to the sideline. Ron Lelko goes up, makes the grab for the 1st down at the 21-yard line. A huge play by the All-American.
And he went high to catch it. They're going to show that last one wasn't uncatchable. Look how high I can go. He skies above the cornerback, who's in his hip pocket, but he makes the catch at the sideline, does move the chains, and it's important to continue that drive. Now that things have opened up, you can expect the playbook to open up a little bit more, even though they were passing in 2 of those 3 plays.
11 yards on the completion. 1st and 10. Sigler gets the call straight up the gut. Pretty good 1st down carry over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Jerry Pace, linebacker, 230-pound junior from Menneson, makes the stop for Indiana.
The fact here with this defensive position, you have to play both run and pass, honestly. When the Huskies were put in there close, they would have liked to run, but the defense is playing against the run totally and not worrying about the pass. Now the defense has to play both.
Harry O'Brien, tight end to the right side. Bloomsburg, 2nd down and 4. Huskies have it at their own 27-yard line. Miller to John Johnson, the fullback, tries the left side and not much doing. Maybe a yard on the play. Philip Woods, junior out of Aliquippa, 230-pounder. Transfer from Youngstown State. I don't think there's anybody left at Youngstown. It seems like every player we talk about from Indiana is from that school.
You know, when you look at that defense, there's more transfers than actual recruits to Indiana. A lot of them with quite a bit of experience.
3rd down and 3 for the Huskies at their own 28-yard line. I formation, slot to the right side. Miller takes the snap and he rolls to his right. Fires over the middle, has Mike Lelko, goes high in the air, makes the catch, and gets out to the 40-yard line. Getting back to that uncatchable ball. I hate to beat the dead horse here, but again, Mike Lelko went up very, very high and made the grab on that one. Now the officials conferring right at the 40-yard line.
Seems there's a face mask on top of it, Jim. Is it 15 yards or 5? There's the face mask motion. How far will they mark it? He did go high, and as they brought him down, they wanted to punish him a little bit. So as they're finishing off the tackle, they get a hold of that face mask. 5-yard penalty. So the Huskies are approaching midfield now. They're at the 45.
So 12 yards on the completion to Mike Lelko. And then the 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10 Huskies at their own 45. Miller gives to Sigler, tries the left side and is hit hard and dropped after a short gain. Good work by Jack Creech, the senior linebacker from Ohio. A couple of yards for Sigler to the 47, be 2nd down and 8 for Bloomsburg. Clock running, 3:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Huskies trailing by a score of 12-7.
Huskies were running the isolation play, and Creech was able to defeat the fullback block that time.
Mike Lelko wide right. Ron Lelko wide left. Give on the delay to Sigler. Over midfield to the 45, cuts it the outside to 40, and finally ridden out of bounds near the 31-yard line of Indiana. Anton Anderson, the free safety, finally made the play. But a big game for Irv Sigler. And the Huskies at the Indiana 31-yard line.
Again, they're trying to run to the left over Tim Baird at the point of attack. He's the All-American. But when things stop up there, he has the vision to break it the other way, and he has a wall sealing things off. So it might be a bit of a design cutback. He gets the big yardage.
22 yards altogether. Sigler now will get a breather. Kozlowski's the tailback in the eye. From the 31, Kozlowski gets the call. Up the middle, he has some running room, and Kozlowski down to the 24-yard line. Fred Kozlowski in there. Jerry Pace makes the stop. Well, what a terrific change-up back Kozlowski is. Comes in for that one play, gives Sigler a breather, but picks up 6 yards in the process, 2nd and 4.
The defense seems to take a breather, take a little break. Ziegler's on the sideline. We can look at other areas, play this a little bit more relaxed. But Kozlowski makes them pay for it.
2nd and 4, Bloomsburg at the Indiana 25-yard line. Mike Loco is wide to the right side. Brother Ron is wide left, and Miller's back to throw, and he fires to the far side to Ron. Loco tries to make the catch and does so at the 15. I mean, a terrific catch by Ron Loco.
Fans didn't realize he made the catch. It seemed uncatchable. He's on the sideline. Cornerback draped on him. Should have been able to knock that away, or at least be knocked out of bounds before he can have the possession. The fans don't realize until they start moving the ball down there that he does make that catch that seemed impossible.
Fans, heck, I didn't realize that either. I would have called that one uncatchable. 1st and 10, Bloomsburg at the Indiana 14. Sigler the tailback in the eye. Ron Loco wide right. And Miller takes the snap, back to throw, looks for Ron Loco, makes a diving attempt, but it's beyond his reach at the 5-yard line. Loco had a step on his man. The pass had to be well thrown. If it would have been, Bloomsburg would be 1st and goal at the 5. As it is, 2nd and 10 Huskies at the 14 with 2:26 to go in this 3rd quarter.
Eric Miller calling the audible on that play. So much of the quarterback game is the mental part of it. The Huskies in some games last year, half the plays called were changed at the line of the scrimmage. A lot of adjustments, a lot of see-me calls that they go with.
2nd down 10. Bloomsburg at the Indiana 14. Sigler, the tailback in the eye, gets the call, and Indiana's all over the play, and Sigler will be dragged down for a loss back at the 15-yard line. Jack Creech, the linebacker, makes the good play. So it'll be a huge call for the Huskies. 3rd down and about 11 from the 15-yard line. And now Randy Davidson will come into the lineup for Bloomsburg. Also, we see another tight end, Brian Sullivan, a 245-pound freshman. He's 6'6". He's in there as well, as the Huskies with a 3rd down and 11 at the Indiana 15, trailing by 5. Closing moment, 3rd quarter. Slot to the right side. Miller takes the snap, rolls right, dumps it out here, and the tight end, Sullivan, makes the catch, but he stumbles out of bounds at the 12-yard line. They picked up only 3, and the field goal unit will come on.
A lot of height in there for that play. They ran people off to the end zone. They wanted Sullivan to catch it and then turn the field. But he lost his balance, never got to plant it, and ended up taking himself down.
So Tom Booth is on to attempt the field goal. He was 1 for 3 in the opener, and that was just from 25 yards. This one, the hold will be at the 19. So a 29-yard field goal attempt. The snap is a bad snap, and the ball is free, and Indiana will jump on the ball at the 22. Bad snap. Ron Loco couldn't hold it, and a great drive by the Huskies comes away with no points. And this disheartened group comes off the field. Bloomsburg trailing 12-7.
They have to change the disheartened attitude around, realize it still is 12-7, and they prove they can move the ball from their own 6-yard line down to scoring range. No points on that particular situation. There's no reason they can't do it again. An entire quarter yet to play, plus 1 minute and 37 seconds of this one.
So a drive from their own 6 to the Indiana 12 comes up empty. And Indiana now with the football. 1st and 10. Wharton gets the call, and the big tailback picks up a couple out to the 25-yard line.
We'll have to see if Allie Johnson is available. He left. The speed running back had left the game in the last series. So both speed merchants are out of the game, and it's just the plodding power backs. That would limit this offense, and John Devlin can go with some different strategic packages defensively if that's going to be the case.
Clock running, 1:08 remaining 3rd quarter. Indiana with a 2nd down. They have it at their 25-yard line. Slot to the right, I formation. Wharton gets the call. Spun down, gets ahead for maybe a yard. Boy, Alec Wiley got across that line of scrimmage in a hurry and had him from behind. Wharton able to get maybe a yard on the play. Well, actually a couple. They mark it out to the 27-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and 5 call for the Indians.
He's right at 50 yards on 13 carries. The average not that high, but he's a load to bring down. He has strong blocking in front of him.
Big 3rd down call. Lewis Hicks, dangerous wide receiver to the left side. John Zalos out on him. Thrawn play action. They're coming on the blitz. Zalos can't get him, and he gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. John Zalos coming hard on the cornerback blitz. Didn't get Thrawn. He got the pass away, but the coverage pretty good. And Bloomsburg, with a good defensive stand, they'll get the ball back.
They will. In fact, that pressure forces the throw, and the coverage is there as well. The sack would have been the best situation. Would have added another 10 or 15 yards of field position on after the exchange of punts. But the Huskies will take this situation here.
That was a 14-play drive by Bloomsburg on their previous possession. They came away empty. And now Matt Daniel, who got off a terrific punt last time, back to do the punting for the Indians. Snap is there. And he gets the kick away. Another beauty. Michael Roberts back to his 26-yard line. Looks for some running room to the 30, to the 35, and then is hit high and hit hard and brought down by Eric Neff. So Bloomsburg will take over at their 37-yard line. Again, a terrific punt by Daniel. And with just 7 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter, Bloomsburg gets it back, trailing 12-7.
Much better field position than where they had to start the last drive. They're approaching midfield already here. And if the offense can maintain the momentum it had in the previous series, they can take it in for points.
Bloomsburg, 1st and 10. Huskies at their 37. Sigler, the tailback in the I formation. Gets the call, tries the left side over the 40, over the 45. Sigler near the 1st down yardage. Marcellus Sumter, a sophomore at Harrisburg High School, with 16 tackles in the opener, makes the stop there as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. With the score, Indiana 12 and Bloomsburg 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Thank you very much, Dave. Right here at Redmond Stadium, we're ready for the 4th quarter of play. Indiana leads Bloomsburg 12-7. Huskies with the football at their own 46-yard line, where they'll have 2nd down and less than a yard to go. Bloomsburg will be moving from our right to our left as we view things here in the final period.
Great situation, 2nd and short from near midfield. The Huskies can burn something here and try to go deep if they want. Try a trick play, try for something down the middle.
Eric Miller, the redshirt freshman quarterback, sets him down at the 46-yard line, and the Huskies mess up. The snap never came to Miller. Center move, and now it's going to be a 2nd and 6.
Well, that'll change the play if they didn't have a short yardage play call, that's for sure. Break in concentration. People break from their stances, setting up the best opportunity you can have, 2nd and short. But now a 2nd and just about 6.
And boy, if mistakes are going to decide this game, the Huskies are in trouble because they are the team that has made the mistake. A personal foul that kept the drive alive, a bad snap that prevented a field goal. Several key penalties along the way, and this one here. 2nd and 6, back in their 42. The give is to Sigler, looking for some running room, and Irv Sigler looks like he's got the 1st down yardage. And I mean, he made some terrific moves to get there. Phillip Woods makes the stop for Indiana.
He looked like a deer breaking away from a hunter. He's cutting right, cutting left. At one time, I think both feet were up in the air at the same time. A very flashy run. He has 149 yards on the game so far in 24 carries, and it looks like he can have his 4th quarter be his best when you look at that last run.
7 yards on the carry. 1st and 10, Bloomsburg. They have it at their own 49-yard line. I formation. Give us to Sigler. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks away. He has it at the 45 of Indiana, down to the 43-yard line of Indiana. That time the Indians had great penetration, and he just broke away. Corey Hepler finally made the stop. Hepler is a sophomore in Mount Carmel. 6'3", 245-pounder, transfer from West Virginia. In fact, he just came to Indiana in the fall. Seen a lot of action these first 2 games. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Bloomsburg. An 8-yard burst by Sigler. The ball at the Indiana 43-yard line. We're 1 minute into the final period. The call goes to Ziegler, sweeping the right side at the 35, the 30, the 25, and dragged down from behind at the 17-yard line. Herb Ziegler almost takes it the distance, and Ron Anderson makes the saving tackle from his free safety position for the Indians.
When a back is looking as good as he's looking in the last couple carries, you give it to him every play until they stop, but maybe every 10th play, give it to somebody else, give him a little bit of a break. But he came into this game with a mission. He wanted to prove something. He wanted his team to take the next step, and he's leading them.
25 yards on the carry. Ziegler again tries the right side. This time stopped, but he gets to about the 15-yard line. I mentioned the offensive line of the Huskies several times, instrumental in Ziegler's big day. John Johnson, the fullback, had a big block of that 25-yard carry 2 plays ago. Now Bloomsburg, 2nd down and 7. The hand is for Ziegler. He'll come off, get a breather for at least 1 play. Brett Kozlowski replaces him.
Kozlowski's been very strong when he goes in for Ziegler. They often run him, and he makes it happen with his different type of style.
2nd and 7 at the Indiana 15-yard line. Miller takes the snap. He's rolling, looking to throw, firing in the end zone. Ron Loco comes back, makes the grab, a flag down. He was out of bounds when he caught it. It was beyond the end line. However, there is a flag down on the play.
Pass interference, very, very obviously. Man with his back runs into Lelko, who still has the presence to be able to cradle the ball, but he falls out of the end zone on the catch. So we'll see a pass interference call. It'll be an automatic 1st down and probably put them inside the 10-yard line. Should be half the distance to the goal.
Boy, defending Ron Loco.
Good luck.
Be a terrific job for any defensive back. Loco, Sandy mentioned, had the defender turned around there. The penalty, take it down to the 3-yard line, where it'll be a 1st down and goal for Bloomsburg, trailing by 5. 12-7, 13:01 to go.
How about the quarterback's arm, too, putting it there with a perfect fade type of action to the corner of the end zone. Nice play by Miller as well to find him.
And rolling to his left. Now Ziegler is the tailback in the eye. John Johnson ahead of him. After a shift, Loco's on a wing to the left. Give us a Ziegler, tries the left side, cuts it into the middle, and let's see, comes up short of the goal line. Slipped a little as he made that cut and came up just short. It'll be 2nd down and goal. He was covered by Eric Neff, a 6'2", 230-pound sophomore.
They'll have 2 more cracks and probably 3 if they wouldn't make it. He did have the seam, but he planted, the leg went out, the knee went down before the ball came across. The referee saw it and blew it dead.
And the rain starts to fall here as Bloomsburg inches from the Indiana goal line, inches from the lead. Ziegler, the tailback in the eye, gets the call. He's in off the left side for the touchdown. And Bloomsburg regains the lead with 12:23 to go in the game.
With the weather conditions changing drastically, they get the lead. Off the left side, Tim Bear, the All-American, Phil Zeke also there, and they have a seam that he's able to walk through as he goes across.
And it is absolutely pouring right now as Bloomsburg has just taken the lead 13-12, and this would seem to dictate a 2-point conversion try, and that's what we'll see as Miller will set him down. Looking to add to the lead. Ron Loco in motion to the right side. Miller takes the snap, rolls right, looking for Loco, fires the ball, batted down. Good defensive play by the Indians. Brian Cottom, who was able to knock it away. Time out of the field. 12:22 to go in the football game with the score. Bloomsburg 13 and Indiana 12. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Game which started in the bright sunshine is being played right now in some rain, but the Huskies see sunshine as they have the lead. 13-12. They've just capped an 8-play, 63-yard scoring drive on a 1-yard touchdown run by Herb Ziegler, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game. They passed for the 2-point conversion, failed. The Huskies with the lead. A long way to go, though. 12:22 remaining as Tom Boop set to kick off. Cottom and Toronto deep for Indiana. Boop's kick is short, but very, very high, and caught him on the far side of the field at the 11-yard line to the 20, and hit and dropped at about the 26-yard line. Gang tackled across the way. Getting down there was Fran Greger. He's a freshman linebacker they're very high on. He's from Downingtown. And Indiana will take over the football. This Bloomsburg defense has been tough, particularly in the second half.
They have been tough. They've been able to stall the drives. And again, we mentioned the limitations that we're seeing for Indiana. The speed backs are out. I saw Allie Johnson with the shoe off on the sideline. The trainer is working on him, may tape him up. But he's hurting. Team Stennett never played, so it's going to be the power backs and the passing game that the Huskies have to stop.
Montag ahead of Wharton in the I formation. Brom gives the ball to Wharton, looking for some running room, and boy, they pushed that pile ahead, pushing Huskies and the referee down as well as they get over the 30 to the 32-yard line. Alec Wiley made the stop for Bloomsburg.
Yeah, this team realizes what it has to do. The elements are turning against them a little bit as well, so make this go. Every play has to count. Look at it, 4 and 5 yards at a clip, and take it right down and take the clock down with them.
Indiana, 2nd down and 4. They have it at their own 32-yard line. Wharton and Montag backs in an open set. Throm, quick looter to the sideline, and it goes into the ground. They have lost the handle on that one as Hicks was wide open for what would have been a first down. One of the few bad throws of the day by Terry Throm will bring up a 3rd down and 4.
It's the only bad throw I can remember. And it might be the fact that the ball is a little bit slick. If the center brings it back to him, he has to grip it. And if it is slick, it's going to slide out. Came up well short of his receiver.
3rd down call for the Indians. They have it at their own 32. Slot to the right side from shotgun. Throm takes the snap. Back to throw. Fires over the middle. The ball is diving attempt at midfield, and making the catch is Weaver. A terrific catch by Jeremy Weaver. Draped all over him was Jay Zaransky. Zaransky, I believe, even got a hand on it, and it popped free just a bit. Weaver got it on the juggle, and a big first down for Indiana.
Very, very fine catch to go up, maintain his concentration, come down with it. The pressure was really coming on the quarterback as well. He was lucky to get it off.
1st and 10 for the Indians. From the 49, they give it to Work. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Slowed up by Acuff, and then finished off by John Imp, Jay Zaransky, Mike Roberts. Great pursuit by the Husky defense.
They're keying on him. If the ball's going to be carried by a running back, it's Dallas Wharton. He has 15 carries for 55 yards. Backfield mate Richard Montag only has 4 carries. He's a short yardage back without much speed. He's actually going off for a break now.
And Jay Zaransky down on the play for the Huskies, trying to get up. That was well after the play. May have gotten a cramp of some sort. The officiating crew, rather the training crew for the Huskies, Dr. David Ball and Joe Hazard out talking to him. There's Zaransky, a vital part of that Bloomsburg secondary.
And also got his bell rung a little bit, and of course he wants to stay in there, so he's standing up and trying to shake that off. He'll be forced to come out for the play, but they're going to tend to him on the field as people get a little bit of a rest and tend to this. He's going to be confident.
It was pouring rain earlier. It's lightened up quite a bit. 10:55 to go in the football game. They'll walk off slowly. The Huskies will be without their veteran defenseman as Indiana faces a 2nd down and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Most likely a passing situation. The Huskies aware of it, had time for defensive strategy, decide what they want to go with. If it is pass, they'd like to sack this quarterback who's lined up in shotgun again.
Joey Thompson, a junior out of Elkton, Maryland, has replaced Zaransky. Throm back to throw off shotgun. Gets the pass away. Has a man wide open at the Bloomsburg 45. And Toronto's very close to the first down yardage near the Husky 41-yard line. So Throm had time, hit his man. And another Husky injured on the play. In fact, 2 Huskies down on that play.
One of them's Chris Acuff, who's on his knees. The other one down, I really can't see. He's getting protection. The linemen are using their arms, I feel, a bit too liberally. It's the 2nd time I've seen a man who seemed the potential for the sack being sort of wrestled away at the last minute as the quarterback is delivering the ball. Well, perhaps with this little bit of a stoppage here, coaches might yell out to referee Jim Kapoor to keep a better eye on that. Run situation here, not time for anything fancy. Look for one of those big backs just to power it over some of those big linemen.
3rd down call coming. Wharton and Montag are the running backs. The call goes to Montag, and he is able to get ahead for the first down yardage. Bloomsburg had a good surge that time. Was able to just get it ahead. Now, Brook and Acuff will come back in for Bloomsburg. So Tom Rattecki made that last stop for the Huskies. He'll come out. They're still tending to Jay Zoransky. So Indiana with a 1st and 10 at the Bloomsburg 39. Big series, obviously, as we go under 10 minutes to go in the game, and Bloomsburg leading by 1. Now it appears that Zoransky has the go-ahead. He's not in there yet, but he's got the helmet back on. Fromm off play action, back to throw, plenty of time, fires the quick out, pass comes up short, diving attempt incomplete. Officials all over that play. Good position, Toronto trying to argue his case. The official looking right in at it and indicating that it was a trap, so it'll be 2nd down and 10, Indiana at the Husky 39.
Fine position by the officials there. The back judge going to be blocked from it by the back of the man making the reception. He could not tell whether it was trapped or not. But the head linesman downfield has the perfect view of it and immediately does wipe that away.
2nd down for Indiana at the Bloomsburg 39. Pressure on the Husky defense with 9:46 to go. Bloomsburg protecting a 1-point lead. Slot to the left side, Fromm from shotgun. Takes the snap, fires quickly to the sideline, has his man. The completion, not enough for the 1st down, but close at the 31-yard line. John Zalos makes the tackle on Derek Brinkley, the freshman from North Allegheny. So it'll be a 3rd down and short situation at the Bloomsburg 31, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Brinkley with his first catch of the game, coming, making a little sideline pattern and finding himself free. Quarterback Fromm is a good quarterback, makes good decisions. You don't anticipate that he's going to force anything.
3rd down call. Wharton and Montega the backs in an open set. Indiana needs 2. Fromm will throw for it quickly to the sidelines. Has Lewis Hicks, and he gets to the 26 where he's got a 1st down. John Zalos and Jay Zoransky is back in there, make the stop, but Indiana on the move with 9:35 to go. Closing in on field goal range. Of course, they'd like more than the 3, but 3 would give them the lead.
It would, and the Huskies realize that. It's the point where they have to take a defensive gamble, make an impact play, push this team back, force a fumble. They have to make something happen. Someone has to step up.
Brinkley goes in motion to the left side. Fromm gives to Wharton. Wharton breaks one tackle, breaks another, and gets down to the Bloomsburg 20-yard line. So now Indiana already in position to take the lead, as they're definitely in field goal range with under 9 minutes to go in this game. John Zalos made that last stop for the Huskies.
A patient offense that has confidence that will not hurt itself. They're not having plays that could result in a turnover. They're settling for 4 or 5 at a clip. If they can get more, that's wonderful. But a very methodical drive, somewhat conservative, but they know the talent level they have and what they can do.
Hicks wide to the left side from the Bloomsburg 20. Backs in an open set. Toronto goes in motion left side. Hicks right to the fumble. The ball is loose. The scramble's on. It's toward the sidelines. Let's see. Right near the sideline. Bloomsburg has the football. Bloomsburg came up with the football. Ben Henico got the ball. The toss sweep never quite got into the hands of Wharton. The ball was loose. Gary Finnery applied a hit. Henico comes up with the football. The Huskies get a huge turnover with 8:30 to go.
They had to have that play. It's not a forced turnover. We talked about a team that doesn't make mistakes, but it's a team without its 2 starting tailbacks. A fullback playing, tailback taking a pitch action. He may have never run that in practice. He doesn't have the proper pitch relationship. He's too close to the quarterback. It's in his hands, but it bounces away. He doesn't have the agility to get on it. Bounces wildly to the Huskies' advantage.
1st and 10, Bloomsburg. Their 34-yard line. Husky offense has been hot in this second half. Ziegler especially. He gets the call on 1st down. Indiana stacks it up, tries to break away. Look at Ziegler. He's finally brought down by 6 tacklers. He picks up about 3, but you won't see a more determined 3 yards than that. Looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, kept moving. 3 tacklers with him, and then when it came to be 5 or 6, they were finally able to stop him at the 38.
That type of attitude, you give it to him every play until he takes it in. Great fighting. He now has 30 carries for 186 yards.
Clock running, 7:55 to go. Bloomsburg nursing a 1-point lead. 2nd and 6. They have it at their 38. John Johnson, the fullback, gets the call. Has some running room. Just with a 1st down over the 45 to the 46.
Wonderful change up in there. So much attention going to Ziegler. When he bursts off to the left, everyone follows him. Johnson slides it up the middle and moves the chain. Only only his third carry of the game, and he had it met with success. He only had 1 yard in his first 2 carries. Danny Hale not forgetting about it, sensing the strategy with people keying on that tailback, slides it to the fullback who comes through in a big way.
1st and 10, Bloomsburg at their 46-yard line. Mike Lelko splits wide to the right side. Ron Lelko on a wing to the left. They give us a Ziegler, tries the left side, over midfield. Ziegler almost broke it. Gets to the Indiana 46-yard line, just short of the first down yardage.
He's making it happen. He's going to carry the ball as much as possible. There'll be some change-ups. They'll go away from him, but the Huskies want to move the ball the most effective and safest way possible. That's by going with the hot hand. Go with the All-American running back who is approaching 200 yards in this game. He's going to do it. He's going to keep that clock moving. Even if you don't score, you protect the 1-point lead and put it deep in Indiana's territory.
And again, John Johnson with a terrific block from his fullback position. 2nd down and 2. Indiana coming hard. Ziegler gets the call, breaks away, gets the first down to the 41-yard line. So Indiana now starting to take some chances. They brought everybody. Anton Anderson, the free safety, finally made the stop, but Ziegler picks up the first down yardage at the 41.
And he holds on to that ball very, very tightly. No threat of a fumble from Irv Ziegler. He knows people are trying to knock it away. He knows he's going to take the shot. In the previous play, we saw 6, 7 different tacklers trying to bring him down. He's holding on, wrapping up well.
1st down and 10. Bloomsburg at the Indiana 41-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Long count by Miller. Give to Ziegler again. Trying the left side. Ziegler spins inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Picks up 3, 2nd and 7. Ray Gironda makes the stop for Indiana.
That's the 200-yard game by my count. I have him now at 201 yards. And with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to go, where you want to primarily keep it on the ground, run the clock, try to move it, you'd want to go with Ziegler. He's going to come off for a little bit of a break.
And Brett Kozlowski replaces him. As we said so many times, Kozlowski is not a big break to the opposition. He's the tailback in the eye. 2nd down and 7, Bloomsburg. Miller gives the ball to John Johnson. He's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Well, Indiana right now teeing off at that line of scrimmage. They finally stop the Huskies. Philip Woods leading the way. So now a 3rd down call for the Huskies. 3rd down. While they want to be somewhat conservative with the ball in Indiana territory, they'd love to keep this drive alive. They're marking the ball back at the 41. Not a good spot, I don't think. 3rd down and 10.
They bounced them back. They bounced them back further than that, but I thought it would be a little bit more forward. Randy Davidson's in there. He was a critical 3rd down receiver last year. Keep an eye on him wide.
Flag down on the play.
13 seconds on the 25-second clock.
Indiana got a player off late, I believe.
He still would have had time to get him off. The ball wasn't snapped. I'm puzzled right now. What's going to be called? Thrown by the back judge who blew it dead. They're waving this off. They're waving the flag off. I don't quite know why. Timeout for Indiana? Is that what we're going to get?
5:14 to go in the football game. 13-12 is the Husky lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Carolina State 17, Clemson 16. Back to you.
3rd down and 11 for the Huskies, and they will get a timeout call right before that snap. Mike Lelko was split wide here to the near side. The coaching staff instructed him to call a timeout. So Bloomsburg will burn a timeout. We'll keep it right here. There's 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the game. The Huskies lead 13-12. Obviously, this would be a huge first down if they could pick it up. They'll face a 3rd down, a little less than 10 from the Indiana 40-yard line.
You'd like to pick it up, but you certainly don't want the turnover. And we mentioned the quality of the secondary. All Division I transfers back there who are anticipating a pass. Huskies were hoping to see a certain look in that secondary. I think when Danny Hale saw the look they were giving, decided to change plays. It's such a critical play that both teams are willing to burn timeouts to make sure that they're in the proper formation with the proper personnel. Previously, it was Indiana who took that timeout to not waste this situation. Now the Huskies take it to get a better play, and depending on the defense they'll see.
So big play for both teams. 5:12 to go. The Bloomsburg lead is 1, and the Huskies with a 3rd down, a long 9 from the Indiana 40-yard line.
Over 4,000 people here today, Jim, to see this game. The stands are filled, and they're getting their money's worth.
Randy Davidson wide to the right side. Slot that way. Mike Loco wide to this near side. Miller's back to throw. Has some time. Fires over the middle into coverage. The ball tipped twice, and it goes incomplete. Ron Loco, the intended receiver, but Indiana had it covered beautifully. They got their hands on it. Philip Woods, one of the people that got the ball up there, but the goal is incompletion. So a punt coming up for the freshman from Mount Carmel, Joe Costello, with 5:05 to go.
And time will become a factor. If he can punt them in deep, and this team has to go with the power running game and the pass, they've already burned the timeout. Watch that clock.
Barry Threaks is a dangerous return man. He's deep. Snap to Costello, gets the kick away, very, very high. Threaks will let it bounce, and it will go out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Terrific job by Joe Costello. He gets a high five from Danny Hale as he comes to the sideline.
Everyone will give him one. He did a nice job. Threats is a threat with his return, so you want to keep it away from him. Of course, you also don't want it to bounce into the end zone and spot them on the 20. So Costello gets the corner on the 9-yard line. No threat of a return. It's going to have to be the offense going 91 yards to get points. They don't need the touchdown. Field goal could win it. Only a 1-point game. 13-12 in favor of the Huskies.
This drive could be the game. 4:55 to go. Indiana with the ball, trailing by 1, but they have it at their own 9-yard line. Wharton and Montego, the backs. Throms back to throw, looking the sideline way over the head of Tirado, and it looked like a mix-up in communications on the part of Indiana. Tirado had stopped his route, and the pass sailed high. 2nd and 10, Indians at their 9.
Huskies have to be anticipating pass. The speed backs are no longer a factor. It's the plodding big backs, and with 4:49 to go, that's not going to be the case. This guy will be throwing. So watch for the mixing defenses trying to pressure the passer and add additional coverage.
And one of those big backs, Richard Montague, just came off. So Wharton will be the lone running back, and Throm will operate from shotgun. He's standing back at his 4-yard line. Gets the snap. Looking. Firing for the sideline for Hicks, and he makes the grab, and Hicks is cut down at the 23-yard line. So Lewis Hicks has been the big receiver for Throm. Brought down, and Indiana will pick up a first down. Gary Fittery came back on the play to make the tackle for Bloomsburg.
7th catch of the game for Hicks. He goes down, bounces on the sideline. In fact, the officials had to watch his feet prior to the catch to see if he stepped out of bounds. Excellent protection also on the inside. Earlier in the game, I thought there was some use of hands in there to add to that protection. Watching it closely that time, very legitimate. They held everything off.
14 yards on the reception. Now, Indiana had just broken the huddle, was about to come to the line of scrimmage. The officials will confer about something.
Back judge blew it dead. I think it's Frankie D'Angelo came on over, and he's talking to Jim Capora, looking at the clock, but they're not mentioning anything here to the scoreboard. They reset the 25-second clock. 4:33 to go.
Indiana with the ball at their own 23-yard line. Bloomsburg clinging to a 13-12 advantage. Hicks is wide to the right side. Backs in an open set. Throm back to throw. Pump fake. He's hit, and he will be sacked inside the 20-yard line. Chris Luff, 273-pound junior out of Daniel Boone High School, with a huge play.
Also tremendous coverage downfield. They wanted the out and up. They've been working these square outs now. They pump it and try to go deep, but the safety is also there. Throm will not risk that interception. He's not going to put it up for grabs where Bloomsburg can get it. The sack follows. That is a big play.
Lee Strawbridge comes in as an extra defensive back. 2nd down and 15. Indiana back at their 18-yard line. Throm again will operate from shotgun. High snap, but he fields it. He's back to throw, and he fires over the middle. The ball is batted down, incomplete. Intended for Montaigne, and John Imp, the middle linebacker, got a hand on it and batted it away. So now a big, big play. 3rd and 15. Indiana needs to convert to keep possession of the football, trailing by 1. 3:49 to go.
They've been successful with comeback routes, but to run a comeback to 15 yards, you got to go at least to 17 before breaking it up. The safeties will cheat a little bit to the outside. Huskies have to maintain coverage down the middle as well. They want that pass rush. Look like a three-man rush. Additional coverage, 5 under and 3 deep.
Lewis Hicks wide to the left side, swat to the right, 3rd and 15. Throm from shotgun, back to throw, steps up into it, throws field, got his man Weaver, 1st and 10 Indiana. Huge play by the Indians at the 42-yard line.
He's been a big-time receiver. 2 catches coming into the game. Now that's his 5th of the game. We mentioned attention to the wide receivers. The Huskies have to cover the middle. This is the minimal pass rush. He has lots of time to throw. He looks off to the side and then delivers down the middle. Weaver is behind the linebackers, but still in front of the safety. Beautiful catch.
24 yards on the reception. Indiana with a huge play on 3rd and 15. Now they have good field position from the 42. Crom back to throw, fires to the far side. Hicks comes back, makes the catch, and Indiana's in Bloomsburg territory. John Zalos makes the stop, but the Indians on the march, trailing by just 1, and still 3:24 to go.
There's that comeback pattern, the one that wouldn't have been good enough when they needed 15. Run the man off to 15, and now come back to about 12. With his speed, you have to respect the potential of him going deep. You can't ease up anticipating that comeback pattern. Great timing between quarterback and receiver.
11 yards on the completion. 1st and 10, Indiana at the Bloomsburg 47. The give is to Montague, trying to get outside left. Hurdles the tackler. Good effort by the big guy down to the 41-yard line of Bloomsburg. Good first down play. Jay Brook makes the stop for the Huskies.
Under 3 minutes, but that's not really the factor. They will run, and they'll allow this clock to run down some. They realize that they can work this in for the field goal or touchdown. They can score. They don't want the Huskies to have much time to come back, and they're moving it down on the 41-yard line now.
2nd week in a row, Indiana's come down to a 1-point ball game. They lost by 1 Saturday night. Late field goal missed by Glint. Now they're trying to get in a position to win one. Trailing by 1. Throm back to throw. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Toronto. Indiana wanted an interference as Michael Roberts collided with Toronto. Close, but no cigar as far as the official's concerned, and it will bring up a 3rd down call.
If the flag was thrown, there'd be no argument from me. But they've been consistent. There's been bumping in the middle throughout the game in sort of that linebacker area. Ball's floating a little bit, men are getting to the play. I thought there was contact. The Huskies get away with one there.
3rd down and 4, Indiana at the Bloomsburg 41-yard line. Hicks wide left, Toronto wide right. Throm from shotgun takes the snap, gives the ball to Montague. Pull up the left side, has the first down and then some. Down to the Bloomsburg 31-yard line. They pick up 10 yards on the play.
People are anticipating the pass because the running backs haven't been the threat. Montague at 250 pounds is able to take that draw and slice it off the side. Huskies had a man in position, but fatigue must be setting in. He just shuffled away from that defender, gave him a hard straight arm, threw him off, and then made the yardage.
Clock running, 2:07 to go. Indiana closing in on field goal range, trailing by 1. Throm again from shotgun, takes the snap, back to throw, all the time in the world. Fires to the sideline, Hicks can't make the grab. The 25-yard line. I believe Hicks looked down at his feet to see how close he was to the sideline. They have lost his concentration. Missed that ball. Boy, Throm had lots of time, and Hicks was there.
He's a funny receiver, Hicks. He has 8 catches in this game, but he's missed a few.
Timeout Bloomsburg, 1:54 to go. Huskies lead it by 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Redmond Stadium, Indiana, the Western Division PSAC favorite. Bloomsburg, the preseason favorite in the East, meeting and a classic matchup. 1:54 to go. Bloomsburg leads by 1. Indiana at the Husky 32-yard line, 2nd down and 6 following the Bloomsburg timeout. Throm from shotgun takes the snap, back to throw, dumps it out here to Montague, and he's brought down in the open field by Chris Acuff. Terrific tackle by Acuff right about the line of scrimmage.
That was a great play. Montague is a load of 250 pounds. We've mentioned it. He shook off a tired tackler on his run that gave him a critical first down. Here he has the ball. He has field position, but he isn't able to get by Acuff. Only about a yard gain there.
Time winding down. Just 1:25 to go. Huge call. 3rd and 9 at the 31-yard line of Bloomsburg. Throm from shotgun takes the snap. Back to throw. Bench close again. Gets the pass away. Fires it over the head of Montague. Justin Bent with the pressure on Throm. Pass goes incomplete. And now the game will come down to a 4th down call for Indiana.
I don't know. You try the long field goal. It may be your last opportunity. I don't see the kicker coming. A little too long. A little bit of the wind against him. 4th down play from scrimmage.
This will be it. Crowd rises to their feet here at Redmond Stadium. This is the play. Huskies hold. They'll have the victory. But Throm is a cool customer. 5th-year senior quarterback. From shotgun, 4th and 9. Takes the snap. Back to throw. Has the time. Looking downfield. The ball is caught for a touchdown. It's caught for a touchdown. And Indiana takes the lead. It's caught for a touchdown.
They're swarming on that man now, Jim. It comes up. It looks like it's number 81. That would be Derek Brinkley. He wanted to go to the deep corner, but Roberts went over there and covered that man. And then all of a sudden down the middle of the field, he looks and sees Brinkley, who's standing on the 1-yard line, turns toward the quarterback, stops, catches the ball, and then falls into the end zone.
Indiana will use a timeout. A little confusion on their part, as you might suspect, with the celebration. 1:04 to go in the football game. A 4th and 9 touchdown pass for Indiana as Terry Throm, as cool a customer as you'll want to see if the quarterback controls, stood in there, found his man over the middle, and gets the score. And he will now operate from shotgun as they'll try for the 2-point conversion and extend the lead to 7. Toronto in motion to the right side. Throm back to throw. Has plenty of time. Now he's hit from the blind side. He gets the pass away. Zarensky able to knock it down. And that will end that. So Indiana, with 1:04 to go, has taken the lead. Time out on the field. Indiana 18, Bloomsburg 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Bloomsburg with just 1:04 to go. Now trailing Indiana 18-13. Terry Throm to freshman Derek Brinkley has given Indiana the lead. Low line drive, kick skitters along the ground and goes out of bounds across the way. So Bloomsburg will get the ball in pretty good field position, but just 1:04 to go.
Got to pass it now. So the strong weapon, Irv Ziegler, is rather useless. You might try a draw or so and then stop the clock with timeouts. Ziegler with 35 carries for 203 yards officially on the game. Now it'll be in the hands of Eric Miller, who's going to have to go with the 2-minute drill.
And your point is well taken, Andy, because Ziegler is not in there as Bloomsburg comes out to the 35-yard line with a 1st and 10. 1:04 to go. Slot to the left side. Miller takes the snap. He rolls to his left. He fires. Loco makes a diving attempt and makes the catch at the 45-yard line.
Downs himself, though, before he can get out of bounds as he dives. They're just short of the chain, so the Huskies scramble up to that line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped with 56 seconds, just enough for the 1st down.
Huskies get the ball at the 45. Miller sets him down, flat to the right side. He'll roll that way and slips and falls back at the 38-yard line.
He just went out from under me. Planned it after the 5-step drop. He was looking downfield at the receiver, and with these wet conditions, he just slipped and fell. So the loss of yardage and the clock would go, so Huskies take a timeout here. That's their last.
45 seconds remaining in the game. 18-13 Indiana. We'll be back in 30 seconds. They have it at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 17. No timeouts left, trailing in the ball game. Miller back to throw. Fires to Welko in Indiana territory. Has the 1st down. Looking to get out of bounds across the way and does so. With 34 seconds to go. What a terrific job by Ron Welko. Caught the ball in the middle of the field. Had the presence of mind to know that the important thing, if he couldn't get in the end zone, was to get to that sideline. He raced to the sideline and got there. So Bloomsburg has the ball at the Indiana 44-yard line. There is an injured player on the field for Indiana.
Indy 50% passing. I think it's 11 of 18. Of course, having Ron Welko to throw to doesn't hurt. Welko has 9 catches in this game. But he has looked good. Very poised, good in the execution in the running game with his fakes, throwing on the run, finding the proper receivers, and really playing flawlessly except for the one interception. And give Threet a lot of credit for that play.
34 seconds to go. Bloomsburg trails by 5. They have the ball at the Indiana 44-yard line. Huskies are out of timeout. Slot to this, the near side of the field. Miller takes the snap. He rolls to his left. Man in pursuit. He turns the corner. He's going to keep the football. He runs with it and gets to the 33-yard line. With 24 seconds to go, that's close to the first down yardage. It is the first down, so the clock will stop as the chains are moved. It'll give Bloomsburg an opportunity to hurry to the line of scrimmage. 11 yards on the run by Miller. First and 10 for the Huskies. Now Miller will spike the football, stop the clock with 22 seconds to go. So now Bloomsburg, with 21 seconds is what the clock says, has the ball 33 yards from the Indiana goal line, trailing by 5 points.
Sometimes you think the run may not be the good idea, but you need chunks of yardage, 10 here and 10 more, and then you can reach the end zone in the air. Actually, from this position, the Huskies might be able to go right to the end zone for that potential touchdown.
From the 33-yard line, 21 seconds to go. Miller back, looking, rolls right, fires over the middle. Mike Lelko makes the catch at the 20. Lelko down to the 16-yard line with 11 and 10 seconds to go. Bloomsburg will hurry to the line of scrimmage. That's a 23-yard completion to Mike Lelko. Huskies come to the line, and they'll spike the ball with 7 seconds to go. And now another second went off the clock.
They'll reset that. Yeah, they did hurry. Quarterback was approaching the line of scrimmage, almost passing it when he throws across his body, and Mike Lelko catches it. He dances thinking he might get to the sideline, but can't, spins away, almost has a lane. When he's tackled, they will blow it dead to move the chains up there, then the quick spike. They're probably going to put another second or two on the clock. 7 seconds, 8 seconds makes a little bit of a difference. You might get 2 plays rather than just 1.
Now, let me check that line of scrimmage. It's the 17-yard line, so it's a 16-yard pass to Mike Lelko. 8 seconds on the scoreboard clock. Bloomsburg at the Indiana 17. Time for maybe 2 more plays. Huskies trailing by 5. Randy Davidson is in the lineup, wide left. Ron Lelko on a slot to that side. Miller takes the snap, back to throw, steps up into it, fires to the end zone, it's picked off. It's intercepted at the goal line. Jack Priest picks it off, and Indiana will celebrate the win over Bloomsburg.
You have to throw it somewhere, Jim. There's no time left. You're being chased. If you don't throw it, you're sacked. There's a man in the area. Drill it and see what happens. Indiana comes up with it, and they seal the victory with that as the clock runs out.
Danny Hale consoles his redshirt freshman quarterback and greets the Indiana coaching staff. Indiana celebrating to our left a terrific football game in the Huskies home opener here this afternoon. Indiana wins it by a final score of 18-13. Back with the scoring and the statistics in 60 seconds.
That's what you call a football game right there, baby. That's a football game. Yeah. Woo! Good game, baby. Good game, baby. Good game, baby. Good game. Keep working. dumped out?
Soda water dumped out?